Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you had a tremendous weekend. My name is Todd. If this is your first time here, this is a reaction stream where members of ToddReacts.com request videos and literally guide the stream. So join in, strap in. It's gonna be a good one. We have 5 amazing videos for you today, and it's gonna be wonderful to react to. And if you would like to guide the stream and become a member of ToddReacts.com, you can certainly do so. The season tier gets you two video requests per month. The series tier gets you 3 video requests per month. And go ahead and check that out. And while you're there, go ahead and check out the winter collection of merch, which is leaving in just over 12 days. 12 days left until these items disappear. And then we switch over to the summer collection, which, as you just saw, there's something going on with that. We'll talk about that very soon. 15% off for members. As you can see, I'm wearing the hooded long sleeve tee in the Heather Navy variety, as you can see on this model here. There you go. Very inclusive sizing as well. It does include a size guide in inches and centimeters to know exactly how the cut is per size, so you're not getting anything that, isn't going to fit or anything like that. I want to make sure you have most information as humanly possible to make the right decision. And as always, quality is guaranteed on the order. Print error, visible quality issue, it's replaced or refunded via the customer service email on the website. Pretty awesome. Love that I can guarantee that. It feels good. It feels good. Not a lot of, Temu, whatever. I have no idea if they allow that stuff, but definitely ToddReacts.com. And while you're there, also check out the accessories as well. Lots of great items there. Currently have the rocks glass in front of me. There you go. It's got a nice energy drink in there. And lots of great items here for you to check out. Like I said, 15% off for members, as you can see on the top right here of every item. And also it ships worldwide, literally worldwide. So go ahead and test it. Let's see if you're in a place they don't deliver to. It would be interesting to see if that's the case. I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it, but we'll put it to the test, huh? There you go. Lots of great items there. And, of course, if you're already there and you're watching live on, well, not live, but you're watching it on YouTube, you can certainly hit the subscribe button. All you have to do is log into YouTube and hit it. And that'll tell the algorithm, hey, I like this. I want to see more of this on my home screen. And then the algorithm will just feed it to you, and then you will enjoy it, hopefully, and then we'll continue on. So over 13,900 of you have already hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you very much. Over 1,100 videos. There's a lot of reactions there. For quite a while, I was doing about 2 a day, every day, which was an interesting year, to say the least. But join us. Enjoy it. If you're watching live via Twitch right now and you haven't checked out the YouTube, there's a lot of backlog for you to check out. And literally every one of these streams gets uploaded to YouTube because Twitch has like a weird like time limit or whatever where I think I get like 2 weeks of having a VOD up and then they're muted and everything. It's terrible. So hop on over to YouTube and check out the VODs. And like you just saw, quick little ad for, there is a summer sweepstakes currently going on, and it's available to everybody who is a subscriber of Todd Reacts channel on YouTube. That's it. That's all. That's literally what you have to do. So it's open to everybody. One lucky winner will receive a free item from the upcoming summer collection of merch, which is available to peruse, including the new accessories as well, not just a clothing item. So if you want an accessory instead of a clothing item, totally up to you. You literally get to pick which one you want. And then shipping is included, of course, worldwide. So it is a totally, totally free sweepstakes, which is very cool. I'm happy to offer it. I always find great fun in this. And it's a good way to get your hands on some merch. Very easy to do. I literally put out how you enter and a nice little screenshot of what you could literally do. So all you have to do is just follow the screenshot, really. So you just send an email to sweepstakes@toddreacts.com. That's literally the email. and then just put the subject as sweepstakes or something close to that, I suppose. You get 1 entry per person, and then you just have to say what you want or what you want to win. Like the script crop top is an example here. And then you just have to submit proof, like a little screenshot of you subscribed to the YouTube channel, and that's it. Send it off, and I will get that email. And it runs until June 1st, so that's midnight, June 1st, Eastern Standard Time. So as soon as the clock strikes 12 on May 31st, June 1st, it'll end. So make sure you get them in there before that. And like I said, to view the summer collection, you literally just come over here and hit this nice little link here, and it'll open this. This is the summer collection that's about to launch on June 1st. So you can check out all the items. We got tank tops, we got crop tops, we got very soft hoodies, very soft tees. We got script writing on these. We have graphics as well. We got a muscle tank. We got the graphic hoodie as well. We got an Adidas quarter zip pullover with a nice little logo on there. We got the script double wall tumbler currently in my possession. It's fantastic because it doesn't sweat. You know, when you put ice in there, it tends to sweat or whatever. This is a double wall vacuum seal, so it doesn't do that. So your hands stay dry, which is very nice. And it does come with the straw as well. Mesh shorts, a bomber jacket, a lightweight bomber jacket as opposed to the heavier weight faux leather for the winter. And we have the journal as well, varieties of colors. A nice bag that has internal compartments as well. We got a nice pillow and some stickers for you to check out as well. That's 15% off when it launches for members, of course, ships worldwide. So those are the items that you are entering to win via the sweepstakes. So do so ASAP. ASAP Rocky. As soon as humanly possible, get your entry in and just say what you want. Say what you want to win. And there you go. There's all the good items. Of course, as you can see in these listings here, comes in a variety of different colors. It shows as not available just because it isn't currently purchasable on the website until June 1st. So it'll say it's not available, but it is. Lots of great different colors here. Obviously, we're going to have very inclusive sizing as well on the summer collection. And they, of course, include the size guide. So just kind of running through that real quick with you. So go ahead and check those out. It's a good way to check out the summer collection before it actually comes out as well. So you get to enter for a chance to win one, and you get to check it out. It's a win-win. So go ahead and check that out immediately. Immediately. All right. Last but certainly not least, of course, we have the Discord. I feel like I should have some sort of announcement or something for that. All right. As you can see, it tells you I'm live via Twitch right at the top, which is super handy. I do keep the events completely updated, so if there's any sort of delay or cancellation, or I need to move it to a different day, or maybe there's a specialty thing, it'll be known. And of course, it is totally free to join. Links are everywhere. As you can see all the different fandoms. I'll just quickly scroll through it. You can check it out on your leisure. Lots of great people in here. Friendships have been made, all that good stuff. So check them out today. We have, I think it's over 220, I think we're close to 230 at this point. Somewhere around 230 members of the Discord. So go ahead and check that out. And special announcement with that sweepstakes, we are going to be having a live stream, dual live stream on the 2nd, which is normally when we stream. It's on a Monday, but we're going to do so. We're going to start off on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So if you want to watch on YouTube, you can. If you want to watch on Twitch, you can. And then when we pull the winner and announce it live, we will then kick off YouTube and say sayonara, because YouTube will definitely take us down for reacting. So we're going to leave YouTube after the winner is drawn, and then we will continue on via Twitch. You're welcome to join us. And yeah, should be fun. Should be very fun. It's been quite a few months since I've been live on YouTube. I probably should do that more often. Obviously, it can't involve any sort of reactions because they're pretty quick to take down. They're very quick. And especially with the edits that I do, usually it has, Taylor Swift and a bunch of copyright stuff. And it's impossible with the music selected. So unless I just mute it, which at a certain point, that's not fun. You got to have the music too. It's like an important aspect of it, right? It sets the mood, sets the tone. The editor kind of handpicks that music to go with their edit. I think it would just be kind of weird if I muted it for you all and I listened to the music myself. I don't know. Maybe that's a way to get around YouTube's stuff. Censorship, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. All right. I'm excited. I am very excited. We have 5 wonderful videos for you today. We're going to start off with Andrew DeLuca video from Grey's Anatomy. It's going to be a wonderful tribute, is what it's called. And then we have a Buck 911 video, of course. We've done a lot of Buck 911 videos, or Buck videos, or both. And then we have something I've never watched before at all. Like I've never reacted to, never watched. I think I've heard of it, but that's about it. Like maybe I heard of the title. It's Austin and Ally. It's from Disney Channel. Again, no idea what it's about. Never heard of it, so it'll be kind of interesting. And then we have a PondPhuwin Joong video. Basically, Joong interrupting PondPhuwin's live, if you will, and just kind of making it interesting is probably the case if I know anything about Joong. And then we're going to end the stream and kick off your week with a Summer Night compilation part 2. So we did the part 1 a couple days ago. We're going to do the part 2 tonight. And yeah, very interesting stuff. Looking forward to it. This is all member requested off ToddReacts.com. Timestamps will be available, or I guess they're called YouTube chapters at this point. I guess they're called chapters, not timestamps, but same difference. You'll get the same thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with that first one. It is Grey's Anatomy, Andrew DeLuca tribute, and I believe it's from season 17, episode 7, if I read that correctly. I think I did. All right. Let's go ahead and pull that up and jump in, shall we?
That is my niece!
Stop. Don't move. Security, detain her right now.
No one's gonna detain anyone. We're all just gonna back up.
Just stay calm, DeLuca.
Andrea, please stop this. This man is crazy.
Not crazy. You're hurting her.
Hey, what are you doing?
Looking for a new job. I quit.
I tried. He needs help, but he won't listen.
What is this?
Andrew, the people in this room love you, respect you, and care about you. And they want you to know that.
Hey, stop. Wait, don't cut, okay?
Damn it, DeLuca.
Just stop, okay? I'm sorry, but I found something. What did you think you were doing?
Was he a bit of a hothead? Is that what I'm gathering here?
Tools right there. I could have saved a person's life.
Not yet. You got a hip replacement 3 years ago in Boston.
Richard Weber is sedated on the table. You need to step away from the sterile field and wait outside.
And you can tell us about it when we're finished.
No. How about now?
Oh.
You gonna listen to me now? All right, everybody,
Jeez.
you know what to do. Dangerous person in the hospital, okay? We need to join hands, form a human chain around her, okay? Let's go, come on. Everybody, come on. Come on. What are you waiting for? Huh? Come on, let's do it.
You're done. Get out. We need to re-sterilize.
No, Bailey, listen to me. Since day one, all I ever wanted was to be like you, like all of you. You know, just accomplish the impossible, make a difference in people's lives. And the more I do that, the more you all just judge me and call me crazy, and I'm not. And I'm sick of it, and I'm done.
I am the only one there.
People came, people offered to help, and you wouldn't let them.
And I know you're hurting right now, I know that. But you don't have to be. There is help for you. All of us want to help you.
This is exactly what they talk about. This is delusional.
What seems like a weakness is actually a strength if you get help.
Cobalt poisoning would explain the dementia, the depression, hallucinations, tremors, everything. Okay? And every second that it stays in his body, he's getting sicker. Bailey, please trust me.
Look, you're not alone.
Bipolar.
You have an illness, but there's no shame in that.
No shame?
No.
That's a joke, right?
Why do you
I was
think
waiting
it's a
for
joke?
it. I'm like, am I gonna get a
Just say there's no
diagnosis
shame.
here?
My whole life, I've had one goal. One thing that would mean I did okay. Papa, please tell me you
What's going on, M?
That. Are you too sick to see that? Don't end up like my dad. You know, I wanted it more than being a surgeon.
Okay. Can we just go home?
Bailey, Mayor, come on!
Security?
No, this is not
Please
okay.
escort Dr. DeLuca to my office.
Me? What? Was you just gonna let her go?
Makes me want to watch
One
Grey's
thing.
Anatomy.
And I failed.
You know my dad has bipolar 1. You said that? And my sweet baby brother has inherited it.
I would give up every life I have ever saved if I could just not feel like this. I did the job that needed to be done.
Andrew, you sound like your father.
Was doing the
There's
job
definitely-
that needed to be done.
Unfortunately, you know, Grey's Anatomy is obviously regarded as an incredible show. Tons of fans. It keeps going. But that's also kind of the issue with trying to jump into it is you got to have time and commitment. Like we are closing in on I don't know how many seasons at this point, but it's going to be quite an uphill battle of watching it all. It's probably why I would shy away from it for the most part, just because I wouldn't be able to afford it the time. It would take me forever to watch through this show, which is unfortunate because obviously it seems very good.
I know I'm not okay.
Used to BL, which is 12 episodes. Yeah, right.
I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, those are good for jumping in, jumping
know
out.
what to do.
I cannot let you walk away from this. Just take some time, take the suspension, but come on, this is not how this ends.
Cindy Wright, the girl.
Certainly
he
during
said
the
was being
pandemic, it would have
trafficked,
been
it appears he
an
was
incredible
right.
opportunity
Open your
time
eyes,
to
people, okay?
jump
She's
into it.
selling
21
human
seasons.
beings.
Oh my God.
She's here? Is she okay? You're all blind. All of you.
I think he's the only person in the world she trusts right now.
I'm sorry I didn't listen, but I was scared.
You do not need to apologize for anything, okay? I'm just glad you came back.
All we're asking you to do is fight as hard for yourself as you do for everybody else.
Carina, guardami, sto bene e ho ragione, credimi, è lei.
Va bene, allora chiamo la polizia.
No, you call the police, I'm following her. I let her out of the hospital once, I'm not doing it again.
So your plan is just to follow her?
No, my plan is to not let this woman kidnap and torture other teenagers.
If we can follow her...
DeLuca was okay, and now he might not be.
What happened?
He was following a sex trafficker and she attacked him.
They got her.
Jeez.
I think I'm okay.
DeLuca, try not to talk. It's Dr. Hunt, you're Grace Sloan. Let's get him to Trauma 1, let's move.
I'd be here. I've seen class after class come through this program. I've done it enough to know when someone has something special.
Why don't you come have a seat, pal?
We're gonna hurt you ever again, okay?
Buenos dias, Gabby.
Buenos dias.
Hey.
Obviously, this is doing a good job showcasing you are not your diagnosis, basically.
No one's forgetting your dad. I mean, he was a legend.
Just because
Give your
you
mom
are,
a minute. Come on.
you know, you have
Welcome home, jailbird.
bipolar disorder doesn't mean you are bipolar disorder.
See?
Seriously?
My girlfriend just got deported.
Hey, Andrew.
Did,
Or is it Andrea?
Andrew, please. Do I need to move?
Do what?
I understand. All right, Karev's your friend. He's your guy.
Andrew DeLuca and I are dating.
As your friend, I hope he makes you happy.
Andrew.
that seemed half-hearted.
I love you.
Oh,
I wanted to apologize to you first before going to the police to let you know what I'd done.
Andrew, do not do that.
It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to your kids. Who need you?
I love you too. I love you. You went to jail for me. You saved me from myself.
Hey, breathe in for me, Cece. Good.
You saved my life.
I'm just so proud of you, DeLuca.
Okay, Dr. Shepard.
Managing your mental health, taking your meds,
So, here's to our tumors.
getting rest, setting boundaries.
Luca! Dr. Weber. Good morning, sir. I'm really excited. You want to see what she feels like?
Mr. Luca.
What?
I guess I'm just lucky I was surrounded by people that didn't give up on me.
I told him you
It's
were
important.
a wildcat.
What? Why?
Weber's your father?
Once a wildcat, always a wildcat, right?
The loved one, sweet.
Grace Sloan is a family.
Ambulance stories, legendary.
And Andrew DeLuca was a member of that family.
You're a good guy.
Gonna change the world, Andrea. Look, when I was in college, my mom went to go visit my sister in Italy. And one day, my sister calls me and she says, you have to come home right now. Mom's really sick.
Mom?
Andrea!
So I flew home, and when I got there, she had died of a stroke. But the truth is, she was already dead before my sister even called me.
Your sister lied?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did. And believe me, Max, I was so mad at her. But then she said, I couldn't have you find out without me being there to hug you.
Karina.
What?
You're a really good sister.
It's kind of one of those things you want to
have
deliver in
something for you.
person. Kind of hurts to do it over the phone.
This is disgusting.
What did... No.
Come on. Oh, Papa, safety, say it like that. Come on. Andrea, ti devi
Nessuno ti vuole qui, ok?
Andrea, the day you were born, Nonna was babysitting me, and when she told me I had a baby brother, I ran outside and I splashed around the puddles of rain and shouted at the sky because I was so happy. Easy, don't try to talk. You did it. It's over. They arrested the woman, they arrested the man who stabbed you. You saved so many children, Andrea. You will always be my baby brother.
He's alive. Your brother's alive.
Oh my God. Before she died,
You know what's interesting?
Mama
The more
promised.
we go through this edit, the more I like Andrew. Throughout this entire thing, I'm like, oh, I don't know. And, okay. Now I'm like, hey, Andrew's a pretty decent dude.
Two halves of one whole.
I have to go.
Rest in peace. Indeed. Oh, geez. Those moments of Meredith and whoever on the beach is just, I don't know. Something about it is very profound. Profound. Even completely out of context, it's profound. I mean, you look at the, I'm not saying anything poetic here, but you look at the shore and the water and the horizon. You don't see anything on the horizon. It has that feeling of infinite, limitless. Going out to sea, all those sailor terms. It's quite a profound vibe, if you will. A lot of people, me included, well, most of human history, humans have lived around water. Not just for that reason, but there is a calming, healing nature to living around water, being around a shoreline, etc. And you get that call every once in a while. You're like, I haven't been to a beach in so long. I just want to see water. I want to see the sun. I want to see maybe beach, something. It's just got some unbelievable healing power to it. But let's go ahead and throw that a like. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. And also I will post it here for those of you watching live. There we go. Go throw it some love. Check out their channel as well. They might have other videos that might interest you. Maybe you want to request them to be reacted to. Because if they interest you, chances are they might interest me. So that's one thing I've found to be true with this channel is that, if you're open to it, a lot of people's interests are also pretty interesting. It's basically what I've learned. Just kind of tie a nice little bow around it. Just as succinct as I can possibly make it. But let's go ahead and pull up some information on Andrew. Find out a little bit more about him. All right. Let's get rid of that. This is a quote to Alex. "Oh, yeah, because you didn't want me to tell the cops that you beat me up. You came to me in my hospital room when I was jacked up on painkillers, afraid I was never going to see again. You tried, and then you never talked to me again. I saw you almost every day. I worked for your friends every day. I knew what happened that night. I knew what you were thinking. I knew why you hit me. And if you would have just treated me like a human being, if you would have just talked to me, maybe we could have avoided all this. That was probably why he had so many black eyes. He had 2 big black eyes. Yikes." If I remember correctly, didn't he catch... Wait, wasn't there some sort of affair or something going on? Is that why? I can't remember. I'm trying to piece it together, but I think I remember something about that. General surgery attending. Grace Sloan Memorial. Developed a romantic relationship with Meredith. Obviously, they're hanging out on the beach there. Younger brother of Karina. Let's see. Pretty sure. All right. When Andrew was helping Joe get into bed after a night of drinking, oh, that's what it was. Alex walked in and saw Andrew on top of her, thinking something was happening, but it wasn't. Okay. Assuming that Andrew was forcing himself upon her, Alex violently physically assaulted Andrew, leading to the former temporarily injuring his hand and the latter sustaining several critical injuries. When Andrew decided to press charges, Alex and his attorney thought it was for a misdemeanor, but quickly learned that the state had upped the charge to felony assault. Alex pled not guilty. It must have been a pretty brutal beating. Brutal beating. And a slam dunk case, I suppose. Later, Alex went to the DA's office to take a plea deal, but Andrew unexpectedly walked in and tried to drop all charges against Alex. When he was told that since the case belonged to the state, he could not do that, he threatened to sabotage the case, which the attorney said was a slam dunk. That's probably why they upped the charges. They thought it was easy. They're not going to charge something they can't prove, usually. Andrew walked out before Alex could understand why he decided to drop the charges. Two eventually had a conversation outside the hospital in which Andrew says that he did it to protect Joe and expressed frustration that Alex never apologized when he had the chance. And that's exactly what this quote up here was talking about. Interesting. Andrew died. In the episode we just did a reaction to, apparently. Season 17, episode 7. Of a stab wound. I'm assuming that's not sound and it's supposed to be wound. Andrew was born in Italy. When he was around 12, his parents divorced due to his father's undiagnosed bipolar disorder, and Lucia took Andrew to the U.S. with her to start a new life, while his older sister remained behind in Italy with their father. Okay, so there's a little difference there. Interesting. Father was a surgeon. Father operated on 7 people in a row without food or sleep and lost 4 of the patients. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that. Andrew's mother left him over it. Not surprising. Honestly, I kind of understand why Corinna didn't tell him over the phone and said, get there as soon as possible, etc. But then as he found out she had already been dead, I understand why. Because that's something, I don't know. It's never easy to tell somebody about that, but over the phone is quite rough, especially when it's somebody's direct relative. Some of that news is better delivered in person, but I understand why he would be frustrated by it, of course. He probably was thinking he'd get a chance to say goodbye or whatever, but there's no good answer to that. I guess it just depends on your opinion of, is it right to tell him in person and, Or is it not okay to have them have false hope that they are still alive kind of thing? I guess it just comes down to your relationship to them and, you know, their relationship to whoever is ill or dead. Why oh, geez. Let's try this. Giacomo Giannotti's Andrew DeLuca left Grey's Anatomy. This was written not that long ago, actually. 10 days ago. It's been over 20 seasons since fans first saw Meredith Grey walk into Seattle Grace for the first time. Since then, it's been a roller coaster ride for the audience. That's probably putting it lightly. Favorite characters being introduced and eventually killed off. For Grey's Anatomy, there's no such thing as a character who can't die. Several beloved characters have bit the dust. Jeez. Either due to backstage drama or their characters simply reaching the end of the storyline. DeLuca was one such character who quickly became a fan favorite in the famed medical drama. He also had one of the show's most tragic storylines, and his exit meant more than just lazily tying off a character arc. Grey's Anatomy, reason why it was updated, Grey's Anatomy has officially been renewed for its 22nd season, with no end in sight. Well, there you go. While the fan-favorite procedural seems to have cracked the code to a never-ending story, not all of its characters are so lucky. Yeah, well, one of the best characters, 7 seasons. Honestly, I would say the character arc there was pretty phenomenal. Pretty phenomenal. It was a given that DeLuca would receive unprecedented love from the fans for some obvious reasons. However, introducing characters who are opposite of what they're intended to be is a classic Grey's Anatomy trait. While DeLuca could have been brushed off as another intern with personal issues and ambition, his character grew tremendously in all the right directions. DeLuca proved to be a very morally sound and righteous person, which completely surprised the fans. Consider the number of morally questionable things doctors in Grey's Anatomy have done. I'm sure in real life as well. Despite having to deal with several low points in his life and career, DeLuca developed a strong sense of doing what was right, but lost his sense of self-preservation along the way. Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, obviously, following a trafficker is probably not a safe idea. Probably not. Broke the fandom when the show decided to kill off DeLuca in season 17's mid-season finale. Ooh. I'm assuming the rest of that season was clouded in emotion. Suffered from mental illness, diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Mental illness is often irresponsibly thrown around in TV shows and movies, especially when there are dozens of characters to deal with within a simple storyline or a single storyline. It's not the first time Grey's Anatomy had to deal with this sensitive topic, but it always lacked the depth and impact DeLuca's story had. He wasn't immediately introduced as someone secretly suffering from a problem. Yeah, that's why at the beginning I'm like, what is going on here? Like, he's flying off the handle. Like, what is this? And then obviously it was revealed. DeLuca's downward spiral was calculated, well-written, and executed, making the audience connect with the character on a personal level. Had a history of mental illness in the family, suffered from manic attacks, his father. A series of events led to his fall from grace, including an on and off relationship on Grey's Anatomy with Sam Bellow, who had moved to Switzerland, leaving him heartbroken. First signs of bipolar started to appear after Sam's departure, when he gave in to his depression and spent days doing nothing. Oh, that was probably that scene where his sister was berating him. Meredith had to recruit his sister's help to get him off the couch. Yep. It was a rather subtle symptom, but it should have been enough for someone to notice the difference in his personality when he returned to work. During season 16, it became evident that DeLuca was in the early stages of bipolar disorder, and his manic episodes started affecting his work. It's impressive how the show and the actor handled the storyline without making it too cliched. DeLuca suffered from a very, very tragic death. Grey's Anatomy fandom has experienced many tragic deaths losing McDreamy to Lexi and Mark, dying in the plane crash. DeLuca became sort of a liability after he was diagnosed for those around him, as they started to doubt his every implication as a symptom of his mania. He almost froze to death when he tried to recover a liver from a transplant during a snowstorm. Yikes. That's when Meredith and the rest realized there was something seriously wrong with him. DeLuca perfectly channeled the loneliness and sense of loss that a person feels when they're no longer considered sound or, quote, normal enough to deal with stressful situations. The events leading to his death were particularly gut-wrenching, especially when everyone later realized that he was right. A patient named Cindy came to the ER. DeLuca suspected that her aunt Opal was actually a human trafficker. He was convinced to the point where he tried to take things into his own hands, which is, oh my gosh, that is extremely dangerous. But no one believed him. Everyone, including his sister, thought this was another one of his manic episodes. Soon after, he quit his job, but later returned to not only save Richard Weber's life, which we saw, but to prove that he was also correct about Cindy, a.k.a. Aaron Banks, being trafficked. However, by the time he achieved those things, he had gone into another depressive episode that seemed to get worse day by day. During that time, he encountered Opal again, and this time he chased her around Seattle to get her arrested, but got stabbed by her accomplice instead. Although he was immediately rushed to the hospital and survived the initial surgery, later suffered a cardiac tamponade and flatlined. I don't even know what that word is. His last moments on Grey's Anatomy were being on the beach in Meredith's dream, which we saw, where he walked away with his deceased mother. That's a beautiful send-off. I will say this. Even though Grey's Anatomy apparently kills off whoever, it seems like they try to give him a pretty good send-off, which is lovely. You know, that's one thing, my favorite medical drama ever, which was also a medical comedy, mostly, Scrubs always nailed, was the death scenes and sending people off. JD would do a monologue that was super like heartfelt and wonderful and always nailed it. So as long as you can nail the send-off, it's great. It is good. It helps soften the blow, certainly. And it seems like they did that for DeLuca. DeLuca's death also involves Station 19, appeared in both series. Interesting. His death is due to a fatal injury he sustained in Station 19. In Season 4, episode of Station 19, DeLuca teams up with his sister, Corinna, and several other Station 19 firefighters to track down Opal. It's in his pursuit that DeLuca gets fatally stabbed. What the heck is Station 19? What? Is that like a spinoff or something? Corinna is the one who finds DeLuca after he's wounded. After he dies, she's overwhelmed with guilt for not being there to save him. This guilt and the grief she struggles with are explored in the following few episodes of Station 19. DeLuca's death is a tragedy that spans multiple shows. Interesting. Huh. DeLuca's exit surprisingly didn't stem from controversy, purely because of his character's storyline. Well, that's good to hear. You don't want to ever lose somebody because there's like BS going on behind the scenes and like, you know, disputes over money or whatever. I like the fact that it was at least part of the story. Or, you know, maybe they just ran out of ideas. They're like, I don't know, what's a good send-off for this guy? Purely for the sake of the plot progression, showrunner Krista, several instances that DeLuca's death wasn't deliberate or because of any behind-the-scenes issues. Solely for storytelling and not because DeLuca's character had to be written off because of his spiraling mental illness. Insisted that's how the show story panned out in her head and that the direction seemed to be the most befitting for the character. His death was important for many characters' growth and development, including his sister. It also paved the way for the long-awaited Teddy Owen arc and allowed the other doctors to have a moment to think about the impact of what happened to DeLuca. Okay. That's interesting. He put himself on the line. Brave, chaotic, intuitive, kind. Knowing that it might be dangerous and that this was who he was. It was not because he was having a manic manic attack, but because he had this powerful sense of serving and saving people. To put it simply, his story wasn't all about mental illness, rather is one of his character. Delivered one of the greatest character exits of all time. His death seemed a more befitting conclusion to the enigma that he was, especially when it came to protecting his patients. Went the extra mile, and that's exactly what his last moments in act were all about. That's nice. Could he ever return? Well, yeah. I mean, probably in dreams, that dream sequence that Meredith seems to have. Station 19 is a firefighter show based in Seattle as well. Interesting. Huh. I would not have thought that he would have died in both. What? That is very interesting. That is really weird. Obviously, it's probably by the same showrunner. That makes sense. Never ruled out a potential return. The series has found ways to bring back dead characters for guest appearances. Patrick Dempsey's Doctor made a surprise return in season 17. Several hallucination sequences that helped underline Meredith's story. Okay. Never openly talked about returning, but that also means can't be ruled out. No, I would say there's plenty of chances. If they're still bringing back Patrick Dempsey, chances are there's a chance, right? It's not 100% that he won't be back. There's definitely a chance. Actor's taken on many other roles since then. He left Grey's Anatomy in 2021. Made a cameo appearance in the excellent Pixar movie Luca, lending his voice to the animated hit. Voice acting career, Horizon Forbidden West. Okay. All right. Very cool. Very cool. So he's still getting work. It's good to hear. As we know, I mean, we've discussed it previously. Not all actors are working actors, and it's a very small amount of actors that actually get work. So it's good to hear he's working. And by all means, I think it's safe to assume he'll probably guest appear again on Grey's Anatomy. Ignored the perfect way to keep Andrew DeLuca alive. Grey's Anatomy missed the perfect opportunity to keep its beloved doctor alive. All right, let's see it. His death was unnecessary. Fan favorite character. Violently stabbed by an accomplice of a human trafficker that he'd previously been investigating. Grey's Anatomy is known for its dramatic moments. That's putting it lightly. Just from what I've reacted to, I can fully stamp that, approve that. Rather than choosing to end DeLuca's story in such a brutal way, there were other avenues it could have taken. Could have been an opportunity for a more joyful storyline and send-off rather than yet another painful death. I mean, is it more impactful knowing that it's a painful death? Or would it be more impactful with a joyful send-off? I think it would be more impactful for the painful death. Like the showrunner did say, she wanted to really impact the surrounding characters. DeLuca should have reunited with Grey's Anatomy's season 14 love interest. Meredith and DeLuca had an on-again, off-again. However, there was an easier and less heartbreaking way for a show to go about doing this. Reunite with his move to Switzerland to reunite with his ex-girlfriend, Sam Bello. Could have ended his and Meredith's relationship for good, but would have given viewers peace knowing that he was alive and well. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's true. Give him like the soap opera send-off where he just leaves town and then it's just out there. Can always return, that kind of thing. DeLuca and Sam were great together, so it would have made perfect sense to take this opportunity to have them reunite. Couple did not end up in bad terms. allowing for a reconciliation to feel natural. Deserved a better goodbye. Served as a reminder for importance of mental health treatment, as the show depicted his struggles and experiences with therapy. Yeah. I guess you could almost say that his character was important for that one aspect. You know, the portrayal of it, how accurate it was. Just kind of putting it out there so you can see it in a way. And then, you know, sending him off to Switzerland to be with Sam. You could always bring him back, and then you get, you know, all that extra exposure and whatnot. You get to continue on some different paths, storylines, etc. Yeah, I get it. But I don't know. It seems like the creator or the showrunner just wanted to really impact a couple of the characters, like the sister and obviously everybody else. What better way to do that than killing somebody off? In show terms, right? Italian-Canadian film and television actor. Studied at Humber College. Made his acting debut in the international Italian television series in 2010. Went on to play recurring roles in the television series Rain. Oh, okay. Murdoch Mysteries. Obviously, Grey's Anatomy, of course. Born in Rome. 1989, 35 years old. Married 2019. Interesting. Oh, he appeared in several television shows in 2013, including Beauty and the Beast, right? And Copper. Oh, I frickin' enjoyed this show. Oh, it was good. It was so good. I think it only lasted, 2 seasons? Yeah, 2 seasons. I enjoyed it tremendously. It's quite good. Won some awards, everything. Wow. 2024 starred as Ilya in the Netflix Italian series Deceitful Love. Nice. Obviously still been working. That's good. Oh, he did the Hawkeye voice for the 2020 Marvel's Avengers game. Very cool. Not bad. All right. So it wasn't, the death of a career as well. He's still doing work, still getting paid, all that stuff. That's good. That's good to hear. And for all intents and purposes, could definitely easily be brought back for sure. For, little hallucinations and whatever. Could they have sent him out a different way, sent him to Switzerland, whatever? Yes. Yes, they probably could have. I don't know. It's weird. I try to get in the head of a showrunner, but if you do that, you're just going to get lost. You're just going to get lost. You're like, why would they do that? Yeah, to make an impact, but also, wouldn't it be impactful if he was still alive and could show up and randomly, offer advice or, show people more about bipolar disorder and whatnot? Like, it's just hard to understand what showrunners do and why they do it. So that was amazing. That was an incredible edit. I went from being like, what is wrong with this dude, to obviously learning the diagnosis. Oh, okay. And then you see the acts of kindness and care and fighting for his patients while he's, fighting for himself, basically. And you're just like, oh, wow. There's a really great character. Really good character. The arc was fantastic. It's sad that it ended, frankly. Although, I will say, even though he might have died in the show, they chose a very good way to do it. Like, clearly he was selfless. He was trying to do something important. He thought it was important. Just ended up with his demise, unfortunately. But he was right. He was right. He was right. He might, as that person said, probably, I think it was his sister, he probably saved countless people. So there you go. All right, let's move on to the next one. It is Evan Buckley. This one is entitled So Long London. It's obviously from the show 911. If you haven't seen it before, it is one of the biggest television shows, if not the biggest television show, on network TV currently. Ratings are huge. And it even moved a network, and they're still huge. So that tells you how good it is. Let's go ahead and jump into this. And get going.
The price I have to pay for being close to a woman like you is, yeah, whatever, a couple of canceled dates, then you know what? And that is one heck of a good deal. I am in.
But I definitely don't feel like I know who you are right now. Abby.
Well, that's Abby.
Wet through my clothes, weary bones caught the chill. Stop trying to make him laugh, stop trying to drill the safe.
Maybe this kind of relationship isn't for me. You mean a real one?
Oh, Bobby.
Are you going somewhere?
I'm gonna go for a while.
I'm gonna be right here when you come back, okay? She should be back soon, sir.
At some point, if what you're hoping for is never gonna happen, then it's just holding you back from your life.
Buck, she was only meant to be there for a season, okay? She's got the name, she's got the power. I think she was on the show Nashville, which was huge. Just there for star power. One season, done.
Did you know then that you were never coming back to me?
I thought I would.
I cannot wait anymore. You are my ghost story, Abby. That's what you're sorry for. And then at some point, it hits you.
Classic ghost story.
She's not coming back. Fine. Sometimes I still think about Abby.
Wait, are you from the 118?
Yeah. Abby. You just need to face it and move on. Felt ready to meet someone.
Are you sure you're okay? I'm always running, you're always
clinging.
Keep that anger and resentment bottled up. Eventually you snap.
True.
Are you gonna come back?
Of course. I don't have anywhere else to go.
I will say, I have not seen much in the way of her in any of these edits. So I think that just about says what most people are thinking.
I know you're afraid of people leaving
This is
you.
the most I think I've seen.
But this is...
You think I trapped you? This is easily the most functional relationship I've ever been in.
Oh, careful with the sweet talk. It might go to my head. Guess we both came all this way for nothing.
Promise me.
I promise. I won't run the story.
Taylor, what did you do? I need things to be different.
Clean slate. I love you.
Love you too. Just not together.
The truth is worth everything, Buck. Everything.
And I'm just getting color back into my face. I'm just mad as hell 'cause I loved this place.
All right, we're moving into the Tommy storyline.
I can't stop thinking about it.
And that very awkward first date.
All I'm saying is, why be apart when we can be together?
I'm an ally.
What are you saying? I'm saying, no matter how bad I want it to be, trying to get your attention has been kind of exhausting. I'm not your last.
My attention? You okay?
You didn't chase after me.
Hey, Buck.
Come on, Evan, don't make me say this. Wait, Eddie?
Are you?
In love with Eddie?
His sister just poking the bear.
If there's something that you need to tell Eddie, I miss you.
I'm gonna miss you.
You will.
Eddie and Chris aren't coming back. You don't go running off on your people anymore, okay? Because you have no idea how hard it is on them.
I mean, that's true. That is definitely true. Excellent edit. Kind of goes over, Buck's storylines and his loves and interests and all that stuff. Obviously, leaving out all the initial flings and arrows at the beginning. But pretty interesting, I think when in the, let's see, where is it? I think this scene, his sister was literally meant to be the people that want Buddy, right? Dying for it, clamoring for it, etc. Like, clearly the showrunners, I think, Tim, I think his name is, clearly listen, or at least keep, some ear to the ground. So they know people are asking about it and wondering and, trying to figure it out. If it's going to happen, won't happen, going to happen, won't happen. So this was planting the seed, is what I think. Kind of a hat tip to the fans, if you will. Kind of interesting. It'd be interesting to see what happens. What are they going to take it, But very good at it, kind of listing out in order all the different love interests that Buck has been through. Go ahead and throw that some love. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original. Go throw it some love as well. Check out their channel. They might have other videos that you might find interesting. Maybe you want to request it to react to it here. And I will throw that link in the Twitch chat for those of you watching live. All right, let's bring up some information on Buck. There we go. Oliver Stark, this was published 4 days ago, by the way, on whether Buck will revisit his feelings for Eddie and that reunion with Christopher in 911 Season 8. With only one episode left, 911 is in the middle of a massive change. Peter Krause's Captain Bobby Nash died after giving Chimney the only cure to the deadly virus they both contracted in the 2-part contagion event. This leaves the one... You know what? I love the fact that he did that. Just goes to show his leadership, how much he had grown, atoned for, that freak accident with his family and everything, and kind of just, I don't know, quite a redemption arc, if you will, giving his life for one of the 118. This leaves the 118 without a fire captain and Oliver Stark's Buck without a father figure. The most recent batch of episodes also addresses the possibility that Buck may have feelings for his best friend, storyline that many viewers hoped would be explored. It's pretty Bobby to do that. Yeah, absolutely. Just to put it bluntly, like, he was the father figure almost for the entire 118 in a way. Leaders tend to do that, right? Captain goes down with the ship. You save the others first before you save yourself, and unfortunately, Bobby couldn't save himself. Tommy and Maddie suspect Buck's love for Eddie isn't platonic. Yeah, Maddie is absolutely the audience. What's up, Sourwolf? Maddie is absolutely the audience, for sure. 911 is yet to revisit the plot, as Eddie has moved to El Paso to be with his son. However, Ryan Guzman's character returned to visit in the wake of Bobby's death, of course. Episode 17 features the long-awaited moment between Buck and Christopher. The two hadn't seen each other since the end of Season 7, making it a wonderful reminder of how important they are to each other's lives. Oh my gosh, that's kind of interesting. It's a related article. And Angela Bassett said, I'm fearful almost to ask what they're going to do next without obviously losing Bobby as her husband. At the 2025 Disney Upfront, what is that? Some sort of event, I guess? I caught up with Oliver Stark about what's next for Buck at the 118. Imagine how that would be like. You know, you just show up to an event and you get to ask you literally get to hang out with, Oliver Stark. His reunion with Christopher. All right. Seeing Christopher helps Buck ascend out of the dark place he's in. That definitely helps. Anything to take your mind off it, basically. The shock of the whole thing and the surprise of him coming back was exactly what Buck needed. What do you imagine Buck's future will look like at the 118? Can he accept a new captain? He'll have to eventually, but I think there's going to be a lot of difficulty involved with that. I think the whole dynamic of the 118 is up in the air at the moment. Time heals all, but I do think it's going to take a little period, and I think it will depend on who that captain is. If it's internal, I'm sure it'll be easier adjustment for Buck. If it's external, I predict some issues moving forward. They bring in Rob Lowe. There was a time when Buck talked about being a captain. Is that still something that you want to see him pursue? Maybe not now, but in the future. Oliver Stark said, I think one day, I don't think now. I think the biggest issue I would foresee with Buck being captain is not being able to be the one doing the rescues. As captain, you don't run first into the fire. You don't do the rope rescue. There are things that Buck obviously thrives on and excels at. So him being captain, I can see the urge to still be the hero being at odds with his leadership position. Absolutely. There was a very long-awaited reunion between Buck and Christopher. How do you think it felt for Buck to finally see him after all this time? Oliver Stark said it certainly seemed to cheer him up in the episode. It's obviously a beautiful relationship with Christopher, and I think the shock of the whole thing and the surprise of him coming back was exactly what Buck needed. Yeah, absolutely. There are some really great Buck and Eddie moments in the finale. Quote, I just want the moments to play out as they should play out. Not giving too much. Is there anything that Buddy fans can look forward to in the season 8 finale? Oliver Stark said, I think there are some really great Buck and Eddie moments. I don't know if there are moments that Buddy fans will rejoice over or not. I try my best not to think yes or no if people are going to like it. Well, yeah, I mean, you would hope that people would like everything. If they're a fan of the show, you want them to like anything that's happening, hopefully, especially if you're involved with it. I just want the moments to play out as they should play out. And then it's the audience's, to do with what they want to do with it. But there are definitely some really great moments, whether it be an action moment or reconciliation. I'm looking forward to watching those moments, and I hope fans enjoy them too. That's cool that he watches it as well. So many actors don't, and I get it. If you're acting in something, it's difficult to watch yourself. And, you've been there, you've done that. It can be a little cringy watching yourself, listening to yourself. I even get that from this. I get cringed out over myself constantly, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I don't know if you've ever heard your voice on like a phone or an answering machine or something like that. Voicemail. It is almost always cringy. And you're like, I sound like that? What? Buck had a very interesting conversation with Tommy and Maddie about Eddie. Is that something you see coming back up in the future? I love how this person's like angling these questions. I don't know, because obviously everything got kind of sidelined by Bobby dying, so everything kind of falls by the wayside when something that huge happens. I don't think Buck was ever lying in his response of, what are you talking about? I don't love Eddie. He's my friend. That is his truth. And these people are saying that to him, and consciously he's not aware or not. And so I don't know if that will start to creep back in or if that will come back up, but I can say that in those moments he's telling the truth, right? He's his truth. He's not trying to hide anything actively, but whether or not he'll we'll delve back into that in the next season, I don't know. Right. Yeah, I mean, he's not the one writing it, so he might literally not know, right? Oliver Stark unpacks Buck's possible big life changes in the finale. Article contains spoilers from the Season 8 finale. Season 8 ended with a bang. Well, several. After starting the season with a B-nado, tornado composed of bees, kind of like Sharknado, which gripped the world for a couple years there during the pandemic. I think it was during the pandemic, wasn't it? Boy, time is really hard to categorize now ever since then. Season 8 finale saw the 118 race to a more familiar scene, infrastructure collapse, standard. Still reeling without its captain, splits off in pairs at the scene, high-rise building collapse, Hen and Chimney rescuing several tenants, and Buck and Ravi got to what's left of the upper levels. LAPD Sergeant Athena Grant was on the scene when the apartment complex started crumbling down. She rushes back in to help, finding 2 pinned tenants in the building's laundry room. As her conditions worsen, she sends a survivor to get help. Chimney joins her, but with the team still inside, the unsteady building continues to shake, rocked with many explosions, leaving Buck and Ravi trapped with a victim and Chimney and Athena's exit route completely blocked. Ooh. Boy, that would be pretty harrowing. For Buck, it marks a very different circumstance than one of the team's last big emergencies. In episode 14, all the 118 were locked inside a lab, except for Buck. I think he's almost more comfortable being trapped as long as he's able to do his job, Oliver Stark said. Being on the outside was the most jarring thing for him. Yeah, not being able to help, not being in it. Even though your life literally was in danger if you were in it, right? The lab disaster notably ended with the shocking death of Captain Bobby Nash. Quarantined in the lab, members of the 118 were exposed to a deadly virus. Chimney was infected, and he was saved via Athena and Buck's heroics to acquire an antidote. But Bobby, Athena's husband, was also infected and died in the lab. In the finale, back to true 911 fashion, the 118 and Athena saved the day with no further casualties. Could you imagine if somebody else died? Like immediately after Bobby? Oh my gosh. Ooh. Here's how it all goes down. All right, let's see here. Eddie returning from El Paso after moving earlier in the season to be with his son, of course. Chimney and Athena both struggling and with Bobby's sacrifice. Absolutely. Yeah, you would definitely feel like you were, well, Chimney's definitely going to feel like guilty for it, for sure. That, you know, if he wasn't there and he wasn't infected, Bobby would still be alive kind of thing. That would eat away at you so bad, at least for a little bit, until you accept the fact that it was the situation and Bobby chose to do what Bobby chose to do. You can't take that away from him. Can barely stand to be in the same room. Meanwhile, Buck and Eddie have another fight, with Eddie accusing Buck of being selfish about Eddie's new job opportunity in El Paso. Oh boy. Amid his grief. Oh no. So Eddie wants to take a job opportunity in El Paso and just stay there, apparently. For the 118, episode 18 opens up on a somber note, of course, all gathered at the station. Throws a going-away lunch for Eddie, who's set to report for duty at an El Paso firehouse the next morning. Oh boy. He's given his turnout uniform, and he and Chris enjoy one last shared meal with the team. Hen says she's turned down taking a job of captain, while Buck reveals he's put in for a transfer. What? Out of the 118, Eddie asks. It's just a number now, Buck responds. Oh, he's hurting. He's hurting bad. He's hurting real bad. Team that heads to the call at the building collapse. Stark says being in the thick of the action is Buck at his best. Quote, there's different sides of Buck, and some of them are brilliant. Wait. Why am I saying brilliant? Some of them are a bit sillier. I don't know. He's just like guileless and golden retriever-y. But there is no doubt that he's extremely adept firefighter. So I think him being in the emergency is where he's going to thrive. Doing his best, of course. Let's go to work version of Buck. Eddie's heroic save. While the rest of the team rescues victims, Eddie is packing up his gear and prepared to head to the airport with Chris to go back to Texas. Eddie then sees reports of the building collapse. Donning his familiar uniform, heads towards the rubble just in time to save Buck, Ravi, and one of the victims before the building collapses further. I was watching the news, had a bit of FOMO, Eddie tells Buck, before shooting a line gun to their location. That's funny. Allowing the trio to escape. Quote, I think just a case of things getting back to the way they were meant to be, and as we touched on, maybe never being quite the same, but the steps to repair slowly being built, Stark said. The team, Eddie included, then head to rescue Athena, Chimney, and their patients. In the end, everyone makes it back alive with zero casualties. That's good. Is Buck leaving the 118? Ooh. Could you imagine that? That'd be insane. He just transfers out and it's just over. And then he comes back like couple seasons later. Oh, that'd be brutal. After the emergency and back at the station, Chimney notices the team rapidly splitting off despite their success as a united front. Eddie checks his phone, looking for his flight. Buck puts away his turnouts. Emboldened Chimney orders everyone to stop moving and tells Eddie he's not leaving LA and Buck that he's not transferring. Quote, this is our firehouse. This is the 118, and it's not just a number, it's us, Chimney tells him. Cap is gone, but leaving won't change that. It won't make you feel any less sad. It just means that you'll be sad alone, all alone. He rounds out his speech with strict orders for everyone, Buck and Eddie included, to get some rest before reporting for their next shift right here together. Shock 10 responds, copy that, Cap. I mean, Chim. Oh, that might be a little little breadcrumb there. Asked what stops Buck from considering leaving, Stark tells Today.com it's not really his decision. It's very much told to him, put your stuff down, get to work, this is where we live. And I think that's what everybody needs to hear. Interesting. Very interesting. Buck is looking for his own place again. Yeah, absolutely. Stark said, you know, when something huge happens, your personal dramas, everything falls by the wayside a little bit. I don't know if that will be addressed next year or what. That is true. Something big happens in your life, everything else just kind of falls away. I don't think the idea is that we were saying Buck now is questioning if that's true. Quote, and look, showrunner Tim will make that decision if it is or not. But I don't think in that moment that the story was now Buck is wondering if he is. I think Buck thought, no, you're absolutely wrong. What are you talking about? And yeah, we'll go from there. Overall, Stark says he hopes Bobby's death in season 8 will give him a chance to play a more mature Buck going forward. I was excited that maybe this could be the thing that helps Buck mature. Actually, this is very similar to DeLuca's death, isn't it? Where the showrunner there thought, DeLuca dying would be enough to really be impactful for everybody else, especially the sister and everything. So maybe they're trying to go for this as well. Maybe this is what Buck needs to push himself to mature and get, more confident in himself and kind of take onus over everything. I was excited that maybe this could be the thing that helps Buck mature or grow into a different place at a different stage, Stark said. So I think that's, from my point of view anyway, what the fallout or the repercussions for Buck will be. I would have liked more if they showed Eddie having a conversation to Chris about staying and then decide for himself to do, that's, So I'm assuming there wasn't much in the way of discussion over that, for sure. It was just kind of, I'm just looking for a way out, basically. Running away from the issue. But then again, was there any sort of build-up to him finding that job in El Paso? Was there any sort of scenes of him going, I really like it here. Maybe I'll just stay. Was that part of it as well? Because it seems a little odd to just all of a sudden take it. So I'm assuming there was at least a little build up there of him looking for a job or trying to find a job or making that mental decision of I'm leaving or maybe I'm staying in El Paso, basically. Why 911 cut out a season 1 love triangle between Oliver, Connie, and Peter. Oh, what? What? What the heck is this? Oh my God. That would have been terrible. What did I just read? Oh gosh. Turns out 911 viewers missed out on the chance to see a love. No, they didn't miss out on anything. This is so weird. Love triangle between Oliver Stark, Connie Britton, and Peter Krause. For those that need a refresher, season 1 showed us Buck going on a date with Abby that led her to performing a tracheotomy when he choked on bread. The episode showed Bobby stopping by to check on Buck in the hospital. Quote, I was in a hospital bed because 911 Connie Britton's Abby was at my bedside, and Rip Bobby Nash walks in, and the original plan was that there was going to be a little love triangle there. All right, let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on that? Would you have supported that? Would you have liked that if there was a love triangle between those three? Quote, I remember at the time being like, no, what do you mean? No, that's Buck and Abby. You can't. Well, at least Oliver kind of shared a similar sentiment there. Stark didn't support the idea of bringing Bobby into the mix with Buck and Abby, but luckily the idea got cut before it made it onto the show. That's crazy. Quote, I was really like, it was my own relationship against it. So I'm glad it didn't work out. I'm glad we never went down that road. His co-star, Aisha Hines, agreed, saying that would ensue very strong feelings. Instead of exploring a connection with Abby, Bobby found love with Athena. Fictional couple was going strong when they decided to shake things up, obviously killing Bobby. Quote, I don't even know what the show would be like without them together, Angela Bassett said in March, 1 month before the death aired. It's hard to imagine. After the show faced backlash, I'm not surprised, by killing off Bobby, released a statement about leaving following 8 seasons. Okay, so this is a statement from Peter, I think. Yes. I got the vibes in the episode and I didn't like it. I'm not surprised. But more because of what would happen with the relationship of Bobby and Buck. Yeah, I would have soured that kind of like father figure, authority figure, mentor relationship that apparently they have. It would have been really weird. Like really weird. Quote, I've heard that many fans are upset by this loss, and they have a right to be. It is a loss. That said, it was more than a bold creative choice on a bold show. Bobby Nash was written in sacrifice, and he was built for this. Krause wrote in a statement, first responders risk their lives on the job so that others can see another day. His story arc honors them. We at 911 salute all the incredible men and women who do these dangerous jobs and strive to keep us safe. That's a great response. That is a great response. Yes, it happens. It definitely happens. I like it. I like that response. I hate it. I hate the fact that he's dead. But I respect the choice. I respect the choice. And honestly, it's a kind of a fitting end to Bobby, you know? It's pretty Bobby to do that. Was an incredible way to say that, yes. It seems like a Bobby decision, which is good. You know, at least it didn't seem like an out-of-character decision. You're like, what? That's not even... According to showrunner Tim, 911 isn't in a rush to bring in a replacement. Quote, I'm not solving that problem right away for the rest of the season, he told TV Insider in April. Quote, there is an interim captain there who is not going to be the captain going forward, but the last 3 episodes are not about who's in Bobby's chair. The last 3 episodes are about that chair is empty. Yeah, the fallout. Certainly. Tim noted, showrunner, in a separate interview, that Contagion Special is not Krause's final appearance this season. I still think people grip their seats and are excited when Athena lands a plane on the freeway or a ship capsizes, but after 8 years, it just felt like If we have any hope of creating stories going forward that have actual stakes, someone's gotta die. He explained about why it made sense Bobby to be killed off. I mean, as we literally just went over Grey's Anatomy, people die all the time on that show. So it makes sense that with the with the 118 on 911, with the 118 that they're vulnerable. It could be anybody at any moment. And, it took them a couple seasons to kind of get there, but they did. And now at this point, if you're watching, you don't know when the next shoe's going to fall. So it kind of creates a little bit of will they, won't they, anxiety, tension. Now you look at those situations of them rescuing people and go, is this going to be it? Is this going to happen? Who's going to be next? Manir wait a minute. If you track the tragic arc of his character, of where he started and how he came to LA looking for atonement, it just makes kind of a tragic sense for this character in a way it wouldn't for another character. That's true. He was looking for atonement, this whole family thing, and he got to save somebody. So Manir included, but also I didn't want to go small. Yeah, he could. Yeah, like I said, they could have gotten rid of a supporting character or something. Somebody who's barely there, or introduce Ravi and then boop, gone. Not that any of the characters are small, but Bobby's death affects every single character's story in a way that really no other character's death would. Yeah. You wanted to go big. Go big or go home, right? I get it. I absolutely get it. Oliver Stark, 911's heartthrob. Oliver Stark is making a name for himself in the industry. To the viewer's surprise, acting was not always on the cards. The British actor who wanted to pursue being a football player and maybe even a firefighter moved to the U.S. after playing several roles in the U.K. Interesting. Congratulations on another successful season of 911. Wait, when was this published? Oh, zoomed in like crazy there. 2022, I think. Honestly, I think this role was my calling for many reasons. First, being that I had an interest in becoming a firefighter in real life. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Now you get to do it for pretend, basically. Secondly, he's a character with such a heart, truly puts himself out there for the ones he loves and for complete strangers. I've learned a lot about who I want to be in my life through him. That's pretty interesting. How'd your character evolve throughout the show? We've seen him mature over the seasons. Looking back at season 1, he was a little too gung-ho in certain situations, and maybe he's learned to taper that over the years or channel it into more productive ways. He's definitely still got his golden retriever energy, though. What episode of 911 stays close to you and why? I think back to the tsunami episodes of season 3, and I'm so proud of everyone's hard work in pulling that off. Then there's the Buck Begins episode in season 4, where I really got to dig into the backstory of the character. The pilot, too, forming those bonds with my castmates. What are the pros and cons of acting in a movie show compared to performing in theater? I think it's a different skill set, different muscles being worked, of course. To be on the stage night after night can be taxing, physically and mentally. I've been in the world of TV and film for the last 7-8 years and would really relish the chance to get back on stage again. There you go. What would be your dream role? Honestly, I just want to create good, meaningful work that makes us look at society and ask questions for ourselves. I thought coming off of the back of 911, I'd want to do something without any action elements, but in fact, I have so much fun doing it, I want more of it. Do you think gentrifying the color pink was a step back for the color? I don't. I think everyone should embrace whatever color makes them feel like their favorite self. I'm sorry, what? Oh, that was it. Interesting. Very, very cool. Short and sweet there. Heartthrob. What an interesting... The fact that he actually wanted to be a firefighter in real life, and now he's playing a firefighter, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He gets to, don the work gear and everything, and he just, well, the good part is he's not putting his life on the line. Who knows? Maybe he'll become like a volunteer firefighter one of these days. It'll just like come back to him after he leaves the show. The show's long gone. Who knows? Excellent edit. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The next one is Austin and Allie Hold Back the River. This is season 1, episode 1 through season 4, episode 20. I have no idea if that's the length of the show or just, the section that this is housed. The editor says they've been working on this for 3 years. Well, 2 weeks. I'll upload the description when my headache goes away. Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right. I have no idea what this is about, so we're going to react to the video, and then we'll obviously read more of what it's about. This is a Disney show. Can't say that I've had much interaction with Disney shows. I grew up without cable. I grew up with network television only. The antennas that we used to have on houses. Oh, what a time. What a time to be alive. This is my favorite show as a kid. Nice. Welcome in. I do know of the main actor, Austin, and I'll talk about that after, but let's go ahead and jump in here and see what this is about. Catch the vibe, if you will.
I didn't know it at the time, but the day I walked in the music store was the greatest day of my life. Because it's the day I met you.
Try to keep you close.
My dad always said music was a waste of time.
But life got in between.
That's exactly what my dad said to me.
Try.
You stole my song. You heard me playing it at the music store.
That's where the song came from? I thought I made it. You're a songwriter with stage fright? I'm a singer who loves being on stage. We're a perfect match. What do you say?
Hold back the river, let me look.
It doesn't matter if the world doesn't know how talented you are. I always will.
Stop for a minute.
As long as you keep performing like that, there will always be Austin fans.
If you keep writing songs like that, I'll always be an Allie Dawson fan. There's only time for one song. And I'd rather spend that time dancing with one of my best friends.
Why did you freak out so much when you thought I had a crush on you?
Because you're my friend. I don't want to jeopardize that. From now on, it's Austin and Allie time. And whenever you need me, I'm there. Forget about him. That guy doesn't know what he's missing.
Boy, this is a wonderful story of friendship.
Awesome.
It's really sweet that you care. I promise if I ever want to talk about my stage fright, you'll be the one I go to.
Their songs are pretty good.
You know I'd always help you. Rather lose the cover than see you so scared.
You give up your first national magazine cover for me?
You're more important to me than all of that. I don't care if Tilly destroys my career. I'd rather that happen than let you suffer.
If I say something and he doesn't feel the same way, everything will be ruined.
I like a lot of stuff about Allie. I like writing songs with her. I like her smile and the way she laughs. I think about you every morning when I open my eyes. I think about you every moment, every day of my life.
We were so different. Of course I had doubts about being your partner.
I thought you believed in me.
Maybe we're not
One thing
ready
that's
to be
amazing
a
about
couple
Disney
just
shows
yet.
is that they are always so colorful. The amount of colors that everyone's wearing and in the background, it is just pleasant to look at, isn't it?
I feel like you don't even know me.
I'm sorry I ever doubted our partnership. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Friends?
And partners. Always.
We kissed. It was good.
Really good. Magical.
Oh, little different.
This is just as friends, right?
Yeah.
Just as friends,
Okay,
right?
don't let go just yet.
I wasn't going to.
I think I'm ready to tell you how I got my stage fright.
Where's Allie?
If I don't perform, I can't fail.
Maybe you should sing something.
Not without Allie.
Let us hold each other. Hold back the river, let
I conquered my stage fright.
I always knew you could do it.
You're gonna be the opening act at Austin's Miami show!
You keep saying you can't sign Allie because you don't want both of us on the same record label. Take her instead of me.
I want you in the studio tomorrow. What's more important to you, Austin's career or yours?
It's just that everything's
Interesting.
better with you. My singing's better, my dancing's better, my everything's better.
I need somebody to bounce my ideas off of. I need inspiration. I need you. I know you're gonna get over this. I did, and you know how? Because I had you by my side.
I used to feel like I could do anything with you by my side.
And you still can. Seeing you with someone else really made me jealous. It's stupid.
I bet it did.
No, it's not.
By this point, I mean,
Whatever happens, I just want you to be happy.
I want you to be happy too.
You look great. You always look great.
You worried you're not gonna find somebody?
No, I'm worried even if I do, it won't be as special as what I have with Allie. I've always liked you. I guess I've never stopped.
You can't have a girlfriend. Do you know what that could do to your career?
Make it better? Allie, you look...
what that can do to your career.
The dress? Armand Bianchi. The boyfriend. Austin Moon.
You'd stop me from making music? I don't want to lose you again.
It'll be like you disappeared from the business.
I could be throwing away my career, but I don't care anymore. I love you, Allie.
I love you too, Austin. We've been a lot of things over the years, but we've always been great partners.
May I have this dance?
I'm so lucky to have you.
Thanks, Allie. I bought you this because I believe in you. Together, we can go farther than the moon. There's so much about the future I don't know.
I love you for you, and I always will.
But the one thing I'm sure of is there's no way I can make it without you. I love you too. Will you make me the happiest man alive and marry me?
Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Is that how it ended? Good grief. That is the ultimate friends to lovers arc, I would say. Or partners to friends to lovers. Boy. So the question is, did the showrunners know that they were going in that direction, or did they shift from friends to lovers just because people wanted to see it, maybe? It ends with them having kids. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is a very full arc that Disney gave. I don't know if they always end like that. That's a lot. Go ahead and throw a like on that. That video has 1.8 million views, by the way. 1.8 million. Wow. Huh. Link down below in the video description on YouTube for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love. If you're a fan of Austin and Ellie, you've probably already seen it before. Oh my gosh. That was quite the arc. I didn't know the finale. Yeah, that's... Wow. I think they did know they were going to write them as a couple. Yeah, I would assume so, right? You would think. Link in the Twitch chat for those of you watching live. That was really good. Really, really good. First time I've ever seen that before. Other than that, I had no idea what this show was about. So let's read a little bit more into it. Who was in it, what was going on, etc. It's a comedy television series aired on Disney Channel between 2011 and 2016. Well, that explains why I don't know about it. Okay. I was well past Disney Channel at this point. And I didn't have Disney Channel growing up. So, yeah, I missed a lot. Conversations of kids at school, I was not a part of. Stars Ross Lynch. Funny thing about Ross, I saw him in, what movie was it? Oh, shoot. Let's see. I saw him in the movie Status Update. All right. He was the main role in this movie, and I saw it, I think, on Amazon Prime Now or Prime Video or something. And I was like, oh, that's not terrible. I mean, it's not bad. It's from the writer of 17 Again, producers of Step Up, which is kind of odd. But it did have a little singing and dancing, so I was like, huh, not bad. So I saw him there. That was the first time I've ever seen him. And then my girlfriend was watching a YouTube vlog of somebody, and I was just checking it out as you do. And I saw him in the background, and I'm like, wait, what? Wasn't that guy in that movie? I saw that guy in a movie. She goes, oh yeah, this is Rydell's channel. That's his sister. I was like, what? So apparently there's this big family, and they all have pretty decent followings, and Rydell Lynch has a pretty big blog and posts like shorts and all that stuff, and Instagram reels and whatnot, TikToks. And it's mostly like family content, family vlogs, that kind of thing. She's got a bunch of kids at this point. And you'll just see Ross in some of those videos. You're just like, wait, what? So that was my first introduction, was the movie, and then obviously through the YouTube vlogs. Whole family of talent, yeah. They had a band, R5, with all the siblings. Yeah, I learned that through her. I was like, what? And now he's in a band of his own at this point. So I was just like, wow. I had no idea there was this other part of him, other than the fact that I saw him in that Status Update movie. But set in Miami, the series focuses on the relationship between two very different musicians, extroverted and fun-loving singer and instrumentalist Austin Moon, an introverted and awkward songwriter, Allie Dawson, who is also a singer but has a bad case of stage fright. Okay, so it lasted 4 seasons. Interesting. So in Rockers and Writers, Austin overhears Allie singing a song she's written. Later, he changes the tempo of the song and sings it himself, although he's completely forgotten it's the same song he heard Allie singing. He becomes famous from it after his best friend Dez directs Austin in a music video for the song, posted on the internet, making Austin an overnight sensation. Once Allie takes credit for her song, she and Austin work together on a second song. At the end of the episode, Austin convinces her to become his partner, and the two agree to work together and eventually become close friends. Allie's best friend Trish pitches in as Austin's manager, and Dez continues to direct his videos. At the end of the first season, Austin gets signed to Jimmy Starr's record label. Second season sees both of them taking bigger steps. Allie conquers her stage fright by performing a duet with Austin. Oh, isn't that sweet? That is very sweet. Allie signs a record deal and records an album with Ronnie Ramone, while Austin goes on his first national tour. Due to her schedule with Ronnie, Allie is unable to attend the first half of the tour, but in the first 2 episodes of the third season, does attend the second half. Interesting. In the third season, her career takes off, making her first album. By the end of the third season, Austin sacrifices his music career when his record label forbids him from being together with Allie. Oh gosh, that is so gross, and I think accurately portrays the music industry. Those contracts are mostly predatory. Actually, this is perfect timing for the Diddy trial. Austin chooses to be with Allie and then confess their love for each other. In the end, Austin goes with Allie on her first tour. That's great. That's lovely. They combine their talents to become business partners. Awesome. Described as a pint-sized version of Entourage. Really? Huh. It's kind of an interesting take on that. Had about the same amount of episodes every season. There was a Jesse crossover. Very interesting. Okay, so the writers and producers of all that were in on it. The initial season was ordered 13 episodes, though that number was later increased to 21. However, only 19 aired. That's interesting. Wonder why they cut a couple. Did some songs, obviously. For some reason, whenever I was typing out Austin and Allie, I kept typing Allie and AJ, that band. From right around the same time period, maybe even before. For some reason, I just keep typing that out or thinking about that. Boy, this is a lot of songs. Wow. All right, ratings. This is always interesting. So when it first aired, it had about 5.66 million viewers. Average viewers, 3.25. Honestly, held its audience pretty well. Of course, the first season's always going to have the best, usually. Unless word of mouth kicks in and people are like, this is the best show ever. And then the numbers might tick up. But yeah, they held their audience pretty well, I would say. Nominated for some awards, won some awards from Kid Choice Awards. Nice. Not bad. All right, Austin Moon. Oh my gosh, 838 comments on this. That's some of the most I've ever seen. Was this show really popular? And I just completely missed it, I guess. I was a little too old, I suppose. One of the two titular protagonists. Singer, dancer, became an overnight internet sensation, of course. After apologizing to her and pleading for her to write him another song, Austin and Allie decided to become musical partners. I mean, yeah, you would have to at that point. Portrayed by Ross. Isn't the chain back in fashion right now? That wallet chain. So that's just coming right back around. Songwriter partner, they both admire and support each other, even though they are opposites. They have hugged a lot and seem to enjoy it. Hugged a lot and seem to have enjoyed it. That's an interesting sentence. Austin tells Allie that she is more important to him than getting on a national magazine cover. Austin and Allie are constantly helping each other out, such as when Austin sang the Butterfly song for Allie in Bloggers and Butterflies. In season 2, it is noted that there are hints throughout the season showing Austin and Allie's possible feelings for each other as wanting to be more than friends. Allie mentioned that if she and Austin were dating, I mean, come on now. I'm pretty clueless and oblivious, and even I see those signs. Des and Trish would feel it might affect their partnership. Austin then began to stutter and said that it would be weird for them to date with a nervous sound and a small smile across his face. It's believed that Austin and Allie do have a small crush on each other. Allie finally admitted to having a crush on him and girlfriends and girlfriends. In Campers and Complications, obviously we see a pattern with the episode names, Austin admitted to having a crush on Allie. Des even goes as far to say that Austin loves her. They kissed in Chapters and Choices, and then became a couple and partners in Parachutes. Austin officially asked her out in Couples and Careers. Took a break in the relationship because they were both afraid that saying something about their different songs will cause them to be farther apart. Austin writes Steal Your Heart for Allie and performs it, telling everybody it's about nobody, even though it's literally about Allie. They had a really big fight after Austin reveals he met with another songwriter when Allie conquered her stage fright because he thought that her career... What is with this punctuation right now? Her career was going to take off and she didn't need him anymore. Then Allie reveals that she had doubts about the partnership because Austin was so different from Allie back in season 1, and she thought he that. Okay. She thought he that. would become a one-hit wonder. Allie admits she still has feelings, of course, but having to stay in Miami for a record deal to start off her career. Shows up to say goodbye. Austin almost admitted he loves her. Oh, wow. In the two-part series finale, they break up for 4 years, which causes them to not speak to each other for that long. But from the help of Trish and Des, they perform a duet together and rekindle. It's revealed that 10 years later, wow, we're going way down here, Austin and Allie are more in love than ever and are married with 2 kids, Alex and Ava. After Allie reveals to their kids that Austin had proposed to Allie when they were on tour together in Paris and live happily ever after. I love, again, I'm going to say it, I love when shows show you down the road. Like they take that veil off and they, put it a couple years down the road, whether they're together or not, kids or not. It's great to see it. This was only 4 seasons. It didn't last, 10 years, 10 seasons, 15, an epilogue. Absolutely. It gives you, even if it's not a long show that lasted forever, like Grey's Anatomy or something like that, it gives you at least something to work off of and kind of closes the chapter, right? Because if you don't have an epilogue or any sort of like down the road story, you're just left wondering, and then it just eats up your brain trying to think of, are they still together? Did they make it? Are they still a thing? I love it when they do this. I love it. Show a little bit of the future, just a little bit towards the end. Goes a long way. Show closes out with Austin and Allie telling their kids about how they got married. So I guess the entire show was telling them their kids their love story. Kind of like How I Met Your Mother in a way. The whole show literally was just a retelling of how Ted met his wife, which is interesting. So that's kind of cool. That's really neat. Wow. This is somewhat in-depth for Disney, it feels like. Because this is technically like a kid's show, I guess, but it really goes the gamut, which is very interesting. Allie's catchphrase, "Don't touch my book." Aspiring singer-songwriter, used to have severe stage fright. Passion for music, feels there's no better way to express your feelings. Over the next 2 seasons, she becomes more confident, outgoing, finally conquers her stage fright and sings with Austin on stage. Music career begins to take off, eventually lands a record deal. In adulthood, marries Austin. They become an official duet, had 2 children, revealed that she's still very close friends with Des and Trish. That is very sweet. I feel like it was made more so for young teens. Yeah, it kind of feels that way. Like, on a kid's show, you would never reveal that they eventually got married and had kids. Like, kids don't care. Kids really don't care about that. So, yeah, it feels a little bit more, young teens, maybe mid-teens a little bit. More of an arc than you usually see, frankly, on Disney. All right, as we talked about earlier, Ross, American actor and singer, lead vocalist of the pop rock band R5, was, and is one half of the band The Driver Era with his brother Rocky. Yeah, there was some tour footage in Rydell's vlogs, and I'm like, dang, this is crazy. This is crazy. Somebody that I saw in a movie is in these vlogs as the brother of the person doing the vlogs. Yeah, look at that. Band consisted of Ross, Riker, Rocky, Rydell. Oh, she was in there too? Keyboards, vocals. Wow, what a talented family. Huh. Released 5 EPs, 11 singles, and a documentary. In 2018, the band ended, and Ross and Rocky formed the duo The Driver Era. Very interesting. All right, let's see here. As an actor, he rose to recognition for his debut role as Austin Moon. So that was his debut role. Dang. For his role as Brady in the network's musical films Teen Beach Movie and its sequel, Teen Beach 2. I have not seen those. In 2017, Lynch starred in the biopic My Friend Dahmer as a teenage Jeffrey Dahmer. Whoa, that is quite the departure from Disney. Going from Disney to Dahmer. It's quite the pipeline. I've never heard of it before, but, that's a good way to shake off that Disney. Shake it off. In 2018, he starred in Status Update as Kyle. That's where I know him from. Between 2018 and 2020, starred as Harvey Kinkle in the Netflix series Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Interesting. Can't say I've seen it. I remember it coming out, though. It's got Kieran Shipka in it, yeah. Born in the Denver suburb of Littleton, Colorado. Wait a minute. Littleton. That sounds familiar. Why does that sound so familiar? Oh. That's where Columbine happened, the massacre. Oh, I was like, why does that ring a bell? That rings such a bell. That would explain it. That would explain it. Dang. 4 siblings, Rydell, brothers Riker, Rocky, and Ryland. Educated at home, starting with 4th grade, where he learned to sing and play guitar and piano. Second cousin of entertainers Derek and Julianne Hough. No way. He was in a Kids Bop, appearing in the 2009 Kids Bop video. Kids Bop, classic. He also guest starred with his co-star, Laura, on Girl Meets World, where he reprised his role as Austin Moon. No way. Interesting. Made a cameo appearance in the 2014 film Muppets Most Wanted. Yeah, going from Disney to Dahmer. What a transition there. Quite interesting. Sang most of the songs from Austin and Ally Turn It Up, show's second soundtrack. Recorded songs for Teen Beach Movie, which was the 4th best-selling soundtrack of 2013 in the U.S. with 407,000 copies sold. Oh my gosh. He also sang 2 songs for Austin and Ally Take It From the Top. Dang. Recorded songs for Teen Beach 2, the soundtrack of which debuted at number 10 in the Billboard 200. That is pretty impressive. Very, very impressive. Laura, of course, played Allie. One of the 5 original classmates in Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Really? Interesting. She starred in Without a Trace for 3 seasons and Back to You. Starred in an indie film, A Sort of Homecoming, the Disney Channel original movie Bad Hair Day. 5th installment of A Cinderella Story film series. Netflix original movie The Perfect Date. That sounds familiar. Oh, that's with Noah Centrino or whatever. Yeah. Yep. I was with Noah. Yeah, I'd definitely seen that before. I didn't recognize her because I didn't know of her. That would explain it. Born in 95. currently signed to a label. 2015, enrolled at University of Southern California, majoring in philosophy, politics, and law. Good for her. Attended traditional school while she worked, even when she booked a full-time job on Austin and Alley. Could you imagine being in school, just normal school, and then all of a sudden people just see you on TV and you become somewhat like ultra famous for people your age? I go to an actual high school, and my friends and everybody there have been so supportive. Although it would be difficult to parse who is being your friend because they want to be your friend and, you know, they click with you, or who is being with your friend because they want to get close to you because you're famous, basically. That would be very difficult. It's nice when I'm not working to go to that school and be surrounded by really supportive friends. Again, be difficult for sure. I hate to be cynical about that, but I mean, it happens, right? It happens. Made her breakout role as Allie Dawson, of course. Recorded 4 solo songs and 1 duet with Ross for the soundtrack. Me and You debuted on the U.S. Billboard Kid Digital charts at number 13 before rising to the 6th spot, spending 11 weeks on the chart. Wow. Dang, that is really impressive. Debuted her own radio talk show on Radio Disney. Nice. Weekly 1-hour show. Chronicled her journey as she launched her music career, featuring interviews with a guest star in each episode. Nick Jonas, Ariana Grande, Meghan Trainor, One Republic, Troye Sivan, and Zendaya. Wow. First episode of the show guest starred her co-stars in Austin and Alley. Nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Excellent. What a interesting show. And yeah, definitely made for maybe a bit older Disney audience. Yeah, that's so strange to see him like that. Wow. How many things I've missed out on is just wild to me. But then again, it shouldn't be surprising. Like when everyone my age was talking about South Park, I'd literally never seen it. People were talking about SpongeBob. I hadn't seen it. People were talking about, what's another big one? Certainly all the Disney original movies, like Halloween Town, whatever. Like I'd never seen any of those. I just saw Halloween Town last October, I think. So yeah, it's been kind of a re-education, if you will, of things that I missed out on because I didn't grow up with cable TV. Like if it's kind of weird, you know? I mean, it's not that big of a thing, but it's if you don't have it and people are talking about it, you feel left out because you technically are. It's kind of weird, but yeah, just is what it is. To be fair, Austin and Alley was one of the last Disney shows I've ever seen because that's when I got older and left Disney behind. Yeah, certainly. It was a little too late for me, and by then I did have cable TV in high school. So if it came out during my high school, I could have seen it. But I think at that point I was past Disney age. I think it came out when Disney was later down the line. Yeah. It finished in 2016, yeah. It started in 2011. Yeah, 2016 ended after 4 seasons. I don't think I ever finished a show because I got too old, honestly. That's it's so sad. But it's true. I mean, we age out of things all the time. Whether or not we finish a show could depend on age, certainly. Or it could just be you got busy and you watched other things. I mean, that's certainly something that's happened to me a lot. So I was like 14, so yeah. What's up, Rexon? I don't think I said hello, so hello. Let's go ahead. That was very interesting. I'm glad I got to experience that. I'm glad that was requested. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. It is People, mainly Joong, Not letting PondPhuwin live. TikTok compilation 1. Oh my gosh. What is this going to be like? Is it going to be like peppering of questions or something? I have no idea. All right. Let's go ahead and bring that up. And jump in.
ไม่ได้พูดจริงพูดถึงภูวินชอบเขินอะไรก็ไม่รู้อย่างล่าสุดถามเขาว่าไปจูบเขาว่ากินเขาไปทั้งปากทำไมก็แอบถามภูวินว่าถ่ายหลายเทคไหมภูวินบอกก็หลายเทคอยู่นะภูวินซื่อไงจริงๆเขาอยากจูบหลายรอบ
รักตัว
เขางอนผมอะ
อยู่อย่างเงี้ยอยู่ตั้งแต่งานจนจบงานโอ้ไม่ได้งอนนะแล้วบ้านจังหวะสุดท้ายก็คือเขาก็ไปยืนข้างพี่จักรใช่ป่ะแล้วเขาก็แบบนี่ก็แล้วภูวินยืนตรงนู้นใช่ไหมที่แบบภูวินยืนตรงนู้นก็จะถามว่าภูวินงอนอะไรเขาป่ะเนี่ยภูวินก็เปล่าไม่ได้งอนเนี่ยมันคิดอยู่คนเดียวเลยเข้าใจบอกแต่หน้าวันนั้นตึงจริงขอโทษให้ไปเสมออยู่แล้วคนนี้เป็นโปรเขินเนี่ยโอ้โหเนี่ยพี่แจ็คเนี่ยโทษจังนะพี่ก็หันไปทำเหมือนวันนั้นมีพี่เตนิวด้วยเนาะก็หันไปทำอะไรกับเตนิวแล้วหันไปอีกทีเขากอดกัน
ชอบยังไงคุณชอบไปกอดเขาเพราะอะไร
บอกความจริงไปเลยผมพุ่งกลับไปอยู่ในเหตุการณ์ตลอดปกติอยู่ข้างนอกมันไม่ค่อยมีที่อันนี้ที่กอดได้ครับ
ใครจีบใครทำอะไรกันน่ะ
What are you guys doing over here? Oh my gosh.
หลังกล้องนะครับภูวินชอบกอดปอนตลอดตอนว่างๆเวลาอยู่ใกล้ๆปอนจะตัวเหลวเดี๋ยวกอดเดี๋ยวพิงเดี๋ยวไก่แก้ข่าวฮะ
อันนี้ผมให้คนอื่นเป็นคนเรียกว่าอะไรเป็นคนบอกดีกว่าเรื่องจริงเปล่า
ภูวินชอบกอดปอนตลอดจริงหรือเปล่า
จริงครับสำหรับอูนะที่อูเห็นมาก็คือจริงเพราะว่าอาจจะไม่บางครั้งอาจจะไม่ได้กอดแต่ว่ามันจะมีซีนหนึ่งที่ปอนเขานอนอยู่ปอนเขานอนพักสายตาแล้วก็จะมีน้องตัวเล็กคนหนึ่งอ่ะไปนอนตรงพุงน้องปอนแล้วก็นอนเล่นโทรศัพท์ซึ่งภาพนี้ผมได้โพสต์ลงโซเชียลไปเป็นที่นี่กันหรือกัน
ยังไงเขาจะไปนอนเล่นโทรศัพท์
ใช่นอนแบบนอนใกล้ๆอย่างนี้บางทีเขาเข้าไปกัดไหล่ไปกอดอย่างเงี้ยครับ
แต่ที่เข้ามากอดแต่ว่าบอกออกสื่อไม่ค่อยทำ
แล้วยังไงคือที่เขาบอกว่าคุณพอเขามาอยู่ใกล้ๆแล้วคุณตัวเหลวคือเปลี่ยนสถานะปกตินี่เป็นของแข็งเปลี่ยนสถานะเป็นของเหลวยังไงเหรอ
คือด้วยความที่สนิทกันแล้วแบบในชีวิตจริงแบบไม่ค่อยแบบเหมือนกับว่านานๆจะเจอทีแล้วเราก็รู้สึกแบบเขินอะไรเงี้ย
เดี๋ยวก่อนนั่นอะไรจะนานเจอทีก็ทำงานด้วยกันทุกวันเลยมันนาน
ไม่มาถึงความนานๆจะแบบมีโมเมนต์อย่างนี้ไงใช่หรือเปล่าแบบปกติแบบไม่รู้ดิจะไม่ถูกจะชงใช่ไหม
ชอบยังไงคุณชอบไปกอดเขาเพราะอะไร
บอกความจริงไป
เพราะอะไรทำไมถึงชอบกอดเขาคือเขา
พี่นิวเราถ่ายกันต่อเลย
พ่วงกับก็รู้ครับผมพ่วงกับอยู่ในเหตุการณ์ตลอด
เพราะอะไรมีนักแสดงเยอะมากนะเรื่องนี้ทำไมต้องเลือกกอดเขา
ไม่ปกติอยู่ข้างนอกมันไม่ค่อยมีที่ไอ้นี่ที่กอดได้ครับ
ใครจีบใครเนี่ย
ไม่หมายถึงว่าอยู่เวลาออกกองข้างนอกมันจะไม่ค่อยมีแบบที่นั่งหรือว่าที่อะไรที่พิงก็เป็นมีเขาแล้วก็
ใช้ตัวใหญ่
ใช้เป็นประโยชน์เลย
อ๋อโอเค
คนตกไหลกว้างอบอุ่น
ออกไม่ได้
พอเก้าอี้คือสวีทเลยปะสองคนเนี้ยกูหันมาพร้อมกันเลย
Fourth or adopted stray
ไม่
แบ่งแล้วกันด้วยไม่มีนะครับโสดจีบได้นะครับครับผมทักเบอร์มานะครับ098นะครับ560โอ้ยทักเบอร์ผมเฉย
That look
ไม่ผิดอ่ะติดครอบครัวนะครับพ่อแม่ครับแล้วก็หมานะครับรู้ตัวนี้เหรอ
ว้าว
ขับนะครับผมอันนี้แฟนคนขับไม่ใช่เฮ้ยวัดอะไรวะ
แจสเปอร์จะรวมตัวทีทุกคนต้องโทรหากันว่าตอนนี้ทุกคนอยู่ไหนถ้ามีคนนึงบอกว่าอยู่กับตุ๊ดครับโอเครวมตัวกันไม่ได้ยกเลิกซ้อมไปเลยเพราะฉะนั้นนอกจากเราจะโทรหาน้องเราแล้วใช่ไหมใช่เราต้องโทรหาเพื่อนน้องเราด้วยว่ามึงปล่อยคิวน้องกูสักที
เพราะว่าบุคคลนี้ได้เดินเข้ามาแล้วเมมเบอร์ของเราเขินจนไม่อยากซ้อมครับ
ไม่เป็นผมไม่ได้เขินนะผมหลบต้องอยู่เราไม่อยากโดนตรวจเราไม่อยากเขาเรียกว่าอะไรไอ้หนู
ปกติเองยืนกลางห้องไปนั่งอะไรหลบมุม
ก็ไอ้จุงเห็นไอ้จุงมันถือไงนี่ก็เลยแบบจุงมันจะแบบ
พี่ตั้มทีวีเอาง่ายๆ
Stirring that
เขา
pot
จะขอคิวของแจสเปอร์ตอนนี้ต้องเป็นหน้าที่ของผู้จัดการ หรือว่าต้องเป็นหน้าที่ของพอสำเภาพอพานบอใบไม้และดอเด็ก
ของผมก็ค่อนข้างฟรีดอมนะของผมก็ค่อนข้างฟรีดอม
จริงของผมก็ฟรีดอมเหมือนกัน
เฮ้ยจริงเหรอ
แต่ผมรู้สึกว่าอันนี้ไม่ค่อยฟรีดอมเท่าไหร่เพราะเขาชอบเห็นชอบถ่ายแบบชอบถ่ายลงโซเชียลมีเดียบ่อยมากเอางี้ก่อนแล้วผมก็พูดกับแม่อยู่ไงว่าแบบเนี่ยไม่มาเลย
It's a horoscope
ถ้าครบ500,000เดี๋ยวผมปล่อยคลิปอะไรไม่รู้
What clips? Oh no
เฮ้ยยังไงทุกคนถ่ายหมด
Oh no Oh my gosh
ยังไงทุกคนถ่ายหมดตอนนี้แล้วกองอยู่ต่างจังหวัดมากวันนี้เฮ้ยมาถ่ายเวิร์กพอยต์ค่ะยังไม่ได้ถามเฮ้ยเฉย
อันนี้คือยังไงคะ
Just offering information and explanation immediately
มันส่งโลมาแล้วมันบอกว่าพรุ่งนี้มึงทำงานแถวนี้ใช่ไหมมึงมานะ
Trying to live in peace
วันนี้มาทำงานแถวนี้เหรอครับภูวิน
ใช่อยู่เวิร์กพอยต์ห่างอยู่ตรงนี้5 นาที
ก็เลยมาแวะมาดูหน่อยเยี่ยมเสิร์ฟ
I was in the area I guess
กดดันดีกว่าผมค่อนข้างฟรีดอมอะ
โอ้ยเป็นไงมีคนมาหาเนี่ย
มาแล้วเดี๋ยวคนต่อไปเต้นเพลงอีกแล้ว
ปกติแจสเปอร์นะครับผมมีการซ้อมรวมๆกันแล้วนะครับประมาณ 5-6 ครั้งนะครับผมซึ่งคนนี้นะครับนี่คนที่อยู่ในวง
The one in the circle here oh my gosh
รอบครับคือถ้าจะบอกว่าเป็นเช็คชื่ออย่างเงี้ยคนนี้มาครบ
น้องปอนคือตั้งใจให้เขามาหา
That's crazy
ตั้งใจให้ผู้วินมาหาเลยใช่ไหมที่ส่งโลให้
Oh my gosh
น้องเขาจะมาหา
ก็จริงๆแล้วไม่ก็คือจริงๆแล้วด้วยความที่ทำงานซ้อมทุกวันนี่เรียนร้องเพลงห้องตรงข้ามทีนี้ก็คือเหมือนกับเห็นการซ้อมตลอดแล้วทีนี้ก็เมื่อวานนี้ไปออกงานด้วยกันทีนี้คือทำงานแถวนี้พอดี
so funny
ก็เลยบอกว่าเดี๋ยวแวะมาหน่อยก็เลยแวะมาอย่างนี้ใช่ไหม
มันไม่ใช่แวะมาหน่อยหรอกมันคือตั้งใจมาหน่อยมาแล้วเขาก็ตั้งใจมาหา
แล้วเพื่อนเป็นอากาศเลย
นี่เป็นไรแล้วเนี่ย
กูพูดอะไรก็ไม่มีใครทราบหรอกมึงไปจินตนาการ
โอเค
มีแฮชแท็กขึ้นนะครับผมแฮชแท็กอะไรแฮชแท็กก็คือจะปล่อยคิวทำไมถ้ามาเฝ้าได้
มาหามันเป็นอะไรที่น่ารักมากเองรังสิตมันไม่ได้ใกล้ๆนะครับจริงๆพูดตรงเราพูดตรงๆนะยอมใจปอนในโชคดีอย่างดีปอนในโชคดีอย่างดี
ยังไงทุกคนถ่ายหมดตอนนี้
I'm Una.
I'm Dos. And I'm Cuatro. Oh, what happened to Trace?
That was kind of a sweet sentiment from Joong. So it's not completely self-indulgent. He's just kind of being a paparazzi for what he considers a very lucky situation. There's good reasoning behind it.
เช่นวันถ่ายครับวันถ่ายก็แบบมันไม่มีเวลาไงเขาก็เลยเอาพาร์ทเนอร์มาอยู่ในกองถ่ายด้วย
Am I here? Don't want to be here.
คืออยากจะบอกทุกคนว่ามันคือโลเคชั่นคือโลเคชั่นถ่าย MV อ่ะโลเคชั่นถ่าย MV มันไม่อยู่ใกล้เลยนะ มันอยู่แบบรังสิตอ่ะคือจากเมืองเข้ารังสิตมันก็ประมาณ50 นาทีอะพี่เข้าใจไหม
รถติดด้วย
แต่เขาลงทุนมาหาปอนโอ้
แล้วสรุปคือเขาไปทำอะไรนอกจากไปหาปอนหรือว่าเขาแวะไปหรือว่าเขาตั้งใจ
เขาแค่ไปหาปอน
ใช่
ก็คือตั้งใจ
คือไม่เอาอะไรแล้ว
ไม่เอาอะไรนะ
ถามภูวินบอกมาหาเฉย
อยากถามผมใช่ไหมครับอยากให้ผมตอบครับ
รู้สึกไงจริงๆ
ก็ประทับใจครับผมเพราะว่าคือเอาไงเดี๋ยวแล้วก็
อุ้ยเห็นฟันทุกซี่เลยอ่ะ
ไม่ใช่ฟังก่อนคือผมว่าหูแดง
ดูจะฮอปขนาดไหนกูอยู่ใกล้ๆกูยังฮอปเลย
เสิร์ฟแบบนั้น
เฮ้ย2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10ถ้ารักคุยต้องทำ30
Oh my gosh.
9
Oh my gosh.
ยังไม่ถึง30เลยอ่ะ
Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Oh, shake your booty, shake.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember this.
Shake your ass. Shake. Oh, shake. หายอาภาพรอยู่นครสวรรค์ส่วนเจมินาอยู่นนทบุรี Oh, hey. ต่อไปนี้ขอให้ everybody say hey. Oh, hey.
Obviously, they get along very well together. I mean, it's great that they call each other out publicly, and obviously it's all in good fun. It's not like mean-spirited. So that's just amazing. If you're a fan, you get to witness this hilarious back and forth. Usually you don't get that kind of access, so it's very cool to be able to, experience that teasing and public ridicule. We go ahead and throw that a like. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love, and also I'll, of course, post that in the Twitch chat for those of you watching live. There you go. Let's pull up some information on PondPhuwin and everybody else. All right, here we go. Boom. Since it happened this weekend, I thought I'd give you a lowdown on GMMTV's 2-day concert. Okay. I'll focus first on PondPhuwin and then move on to others. It'll be a general overview, since most of the pairings are regularly requested, so I can add info in their own reactions too. Nice. Shout out to the mods that put all this information together, Jace, Rocco Kitty, and Luke. They are fantastic. They make sure that I have more than enough information to go on GMMTV LOL Fan Fest 2025. So that was May 17th through 18th, so it just concluded. Pairings that participated in this year's concert were as follows: PondPhuwin, Joong, Force Book, Bone Prem, First Cowtongue, Gemini 4th, Earth Mix, Santa Perth, William Est, Jimmy C, and Winnie Satang. There were also special surprise performances. Most guests would happen from Jasper. Nice. 3 out of the 4 were already in the show. Well, that makes perfect sense then. And also Lycan. William was already performing, and they have a brand new single out. There you go. That's awesome. PondPhuwin, their costumes caused quite a stir. Really? That'll do it. That would do it. Phuwin looks like a bad boy that got forced into being a hero in a movie. Very action star. Oh my God, excuse me? Has anyone started a fanfic based on this pic yet? If so, please send it to me. Maybe Joong. Now that's funny. That is so funny. They all looked amazing the whole weekend. Nice. They did a cover of Bad Girls. This is from the Saturday performance. It's the full song, just a warning, okay? So we don't need to listen to all of it, but we'll do a little bit. Very cool. That's awesome. Flying Pond. Oh no, we got some acrobatics here. Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. That's an interactive show right there. The second day this happened and was apparently inspired by a fan suggestion request on Twitter. Really? Well, Twitter do be freaky like that. Twitter do be freaky like that. That's crazy. They also sang Three Man Down's Love Song. It's a classic. It's great. Now that LOL Fan Fest is over, Phuwin is focusing on filming for the Thai version of Scarlet Heart. TH. Nice. Back to work. Back to work. Oh, yeah. There you go. Remake is based on Scarlet Heart novel. There you go. Back to work, baby. Their mascot is PondPhuwin, and like all the pairings, they had live mascot PondPhuwin at the show, causing chaos. It's a great little mascot. I like it. He stole from Pouty, Bone Prem's mascot. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Mascot on mascot crime. Oh. Dang. Hung out with one of his dads. Oh my gosh. Look at that foot go. Oh my gosh. Teased Samurai, the sloth mascot of Winnie Satang for being slow. Oh boy. There was so much mascot on mascot violence. All they did was fight each other. That's awesome. That's awesome. Showed off some dance moves. All right, let's see it. I want to go back to the fighting. Oh, geez. Look out. It's the headphones that'll get you. Bone told Pody that if they didn't win the fight, they wasn't welcome home. That's so funny. Oh, my gosh. Hold on a second. Is there any more footage of this? This would be funny. Not seeing it immediately. Went on stage with his dads, too. Nice. There you go. I like it. I like it. The official mascot. That's awesome. I like it. Altogether, there were 22 artists and 11 mascots at the show. Not counting the bands. Having so many of the boys in one place along with the mascots proved to be a challenge for host Leo to wrangle them. I bet. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
เขาหยิกแก้มกันเหนื่อยโอเคนะครับเดี๋ยวไปช่วยเดินทางเลยจ้าตัดกล้องไปเลยตัดกล้องไปเลยรูปกับทางด้านกล้องหน่อยทางด้านกล้องหน่อย
Oh, no. So many videos out there. Could be a reaction on its own. Look at the little one waddling off. This one back here. Good night, sounding off. Joong has a tradition of sorts to collect photos of everyone with their chin in his hand. Seems like a very Joong thing to do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's Joongdong's mascot. Didn't get their height. That's funny. What an interesting tactic. What an interesting tactic. That's so funny. Good grief. Joong even got... Oh, wow. The managing director of GMM-TV? No way. Oh, my gosh. I got you. I got you. That's funny. That is funny. All the mascots gathering ahead of Saturday's show. Okay, this is what I want to see. This is what we came for. All right, here we go. All right. Love that. That's awesome. That's very devious looking. Oh my gosh. I love the tiny little smiley face on the planet. Oh yeah, there's June Dunks. Gosh, the tiny faces just get me every time. The tiny faces. Can you imagine if there was somebody as tall as them in here, but they were like bent over the entire time? Just crouched. Oh my gosh. All right, there's a sloth. Oh yeah, the shark. Yeah. Gosh, they really go all out for these. They look great. I love it. Absolutely love it. Whose kid is this? Maybe he's doing gymnastics. That's funny. All right, set list. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Got a Lycan song, Nanan song, Perth, Sweet Mullet, Serious Bacon. Okay. I like how they mix it up. First Cow Tongue. Other Lycan songs. Fourth Gemini. Jasper, of course. Jasper and Lycan. All. That's cool. All right. PondPhuwin was kind of towards the bottom here. Santa Perth. The name of that song. The name of that song. Wait a minute. There. I was not expecting to see that. That's hilarious. Good grief. PondPhuwin, Gemini 4th, and C sang Secret Song together. This is the full song. Obviously, we're not going to listen to the full song, but get a taste of it. So cool. I love that they have these fests where they all get together. It's very neat. Or not all of them, but most of them. Pond Peacocking for a Fan. If he was looking at me like that, I swear I would have hit the floor. Oh my God, a nose stud? What? Am I not seeing it? Oh, I see it. Right there. All right. During the Jasper performance of Sadistic, Phuwin was upside down for a while. Obviously part of the harness. Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. Now that's a performance. If you're willing to do that, that's pretty wild. Some of the artists play football, not the American kind. Together, and having 22 of them all together seemed to inspire them. Enough for 2 teams. Solve the problem for the lack of people. Please invite. Later at Backstage Friend, the opposite team have to meet with Pond, who will fight. I'm one person who won't be goalkeeper for sure. It's okay. See him big body like this, but can't hurt anyone. You said it. Oh my gosh. Basically saying he's big but harmless. Gentle giant, as they're called. Bon Prem and a nose boop. Warning for loud end of song screams cheering. Okay. Keep that muted for a little bit. Boop. The hand holding, the literal nose boop. Oh my god. PondPhuwin dancing together and looking like Disney princes. I died. Mission accomplished, I'd say. If that's what they were going for, they accomplished it. Honestly, it looks like they're auditioning for the next Prince. They also earned 4,000 new followers each. Dang. Yeah, that's good. It's weird to think about it like that, but it is a very good tell on how they performed. If people got interested, just seeing those numbers increase. It's good for their future. Nice. Dunk posted these on Instagram. Probably some behind the scenes, maybe? Yeah. Before it all happened. Okay, we get to see some behind the scenes stuff. Getting prepped. Carrying chairs. Oh, too much. Zoomed in too much. Oh, that's wild. To be up there that high. Got to be comfortable with heights. It's so triumphant. Yeah. Very cool. It's nice to get like all these behind the scenes, you know? You can see how it's set up, what they do, how they do it. Yep, sleeping. Phuwin, one of the many other GMMTV artists in the stands, posted this photo of Earth Mix. Oh, so you had other people just in the stands watching it. It's cool. PondPhuwin crashed into another ship in those things up in the air. Oh my gosh, really? Oh no. Joong Dunk performed Baby T, a song that has a bit of history for them. Thanks Slayer Kitty for the link. What's the Baby T lore? All right, here we go. Buckle up. Let me preface this by saying that I do not have TikTok, so I have absolutely zero clue what is going on over there. Same. Everything I know I picked up through osmosis on other platforms. Seems like there is a TikTok challenge going around based off Baby T, where people dance to it sexily, showing off their waist. As I said, I don't have TikToks. This is my assumption here. By the way, here's a screenshot from the original music video to provide some context. Note the crop tops. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Now that we have all this out of the way, let's get to the actual lore. Speaking of crop tops, I got some crop tops in the store coming June 1st. Woo! The script crop top. Absolutely. Many different colors available. Very inclusive sizing, of course. Anyway, back to it. Shameless plug. Also, I don't know if this is the complete story, but these are parts of the lore I'm aware of. On March 18th, 2025, Dunk posts this video on TikTok. It's a fake out. Dunk does not show off his waist. Joong comments. As of me making this post, the comment seems to have disappeared from Dunk's video as far as I could see. Interesting. Joong, I wasn't expecting anything, but I'm disappointed. Dunk said, huh? That's so funny. Translation fan, what was Joong hoping for? Joong sees the tweet and following thread and say, oh my gosh. Why am I not surprised? Fan 1, what was Joong hoping for? Joong said a hot dance and a crop top. Oh my gosh. Fan 2 said, but Joong, you'll be possessive of Dunk again. Joong said, I'm not possessive. He can dance. Go on. Fan 3, not possessive because you want to see it too, huh? Joong said, yes. Not Joong having full-on conversations with people. Dunk sees some of the tweets and also has something to say on that. Joong said a hot dance and a crop top. Dunk said, show me. Joong then replies with a few videos of his own. Oh no. Don't you do this to me. Wait, I might have gotten around it. Oh no, I can't see the images. That's not good. That's not a good workaround. Oh no. That is so annoying. So annoying. So afraid of being on Twitter because of Joong sees everything. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll just read it, I suppose. Next day, Joong posts his own Baby T challenge. Wait a minute. We missed something here. Okay. Replies with a few videos of his own. Basically saying, here you go. Unfortunately, Tumblr won't let me add more than one video per post, but you can find them in his tweet. Joong also replies to another fan's comment. Are you serious? Fan says, why does it seem like everyone, Joong, is hoping that my child will dance to Baby T while also wearing an outfit that shows off his waist? I'm possessive. I don't want my child to dance, but if it's Baby Shark, it's fine. I hope Dunk won't dance. The next day, on March 19th, Joong posts his own challenge on TikTok. Cross posted on Twitter as well. You know that I can wait up. Time to pencil coming, baby T. Make them tell me right, boy, you fit in me. Go rock, and diamond, that come deep. I'm a petty. Oh my gosh, that is giving musically early TikTok vibes. On March 30th, Dunk has an event in which he is taught the dance to Baby T and is made to dance it. Note he has his shirt tucked in and doesn't pull it out. Once again, we do not see him revealing his waist for Baby T. The next day, Joong and Dunk are on their book fair fan sign. At one point, Joong says he heard that Dunk danced Baby T the day before. Dunk confirms. Joong asks, how do you dance it? Dunk says, I forgot. And Joong proceeds to teach it to Dunk. Once again, Dunk has his shirt tucked in, giving him a perfect excuse to not show off his waist yet again. Joong still hasn't gotten to see it. April 5th, Joong does a Twitter space in which a fan asks if there will be a chance for Dunk Baby T. Joong comments, what's that? What's Dunk Baby T? Oh, Dunk Baby T. The dance. Has he danced already? Dunk might have danced it already. Good grief. All of this leading to today, day one of FanFest, where they surprise us by doing the full song on stage. Oh my gosh. Joong and the fans finally get to see Dunk dance Baby T properly and in a crop top. Everyone and their mother, and especially Joong, can finally rest. And there you have it. The lore. There's the lore. backstage Joong antics. Oh boy. With JD, their mascot daughter. Ah, yes, the height challenged. The height challenged. My family. Joong's definitely enjoying himself. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's go ahead and hop into the last video of the day before we kick off this week. Hopefully it's a good one for everybody. Let's go ahead and jump in. This is Summer Night Compilation Part 2. Part 2, if you will. Let's go ahead and get this ready. Gonna have to move it over just a little bit. There we go. Boom. Now, did react to Part 1. Very interesting show. The acting looked pretty good. Read about some hate towards it or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really see much that could be hated outright. The story of it seemed very interesting, very fascinating. Certainly somewhat relatable in aspects. So I'm looking forward to Part 2. Should be good. Oh. I got to move this over. All right. Let's do that really quick. Boom. There we go. Yeah, I guess it's kind of expected to have that, unfortunately.
พี่บุญรอดรู้จักน้ำยาสับปะรดไหมอะไรคือน้ำยาสับปะรดครับเรามาสับล้างกัน
You would hope that people would, if they're a fan of the actor, performer, personality, whatever you want to call it, you would hope that they would support him in whatever they do. I mean, that kind of comes with being part of a fan of something. You enjoy them in other aspects, but, you know, people have their preferences.
I'm a ticker too.
ลูกสุดที่รักของคุณแม่โอ้ยไอ้เนี่ยเสียงมึงไม่ได้เรื่องเลยว่ะมึงจะทำยังไงอ่ะเวนหายเนี่ยมึงก็ดูจัดการคุณเพื่อนคะจีฉันมันคนใจง่ายแค่ขอเธอมาก่อนเธอทำให้ฉันหลงเลยลืมทางออกแค่อยากจะบอกเธอทำให้
Oh. Oh no. Just totally ruined the fire. after a concert, somebody labeled Dunk and Pond dancing next to each other as Phuwin kiss her duo, referencing the show. Been friends for 6 years. Oh my gosh.
เอากล้วยมึง
แล้วไว้รู้สึกไงอ่ะ
ไอวิมึงไปโซนบีใช่ปะ
คุณนี่นัดไปโซนบี
โซนบีเรามีนัดกับไปรูนอ่ะจริงๆแล้วเราแพ้ขนแก่ฮะมีนัดติวกับไปวี่อ่ะ
ใช่เดี๋ยวต้องไปติวกันอ๋อ
ค่าจ้างของพี่วันนี้ค่าจ้างของมึงเหรอเอาวะล่ะรางวัลใหญ่เลยนะเก่งนะเนี่ยไม่เจอผมเกิน2 วันจำกันได้มันไม่น่าเล่นเลยดีใช่ปะ
วันนะคุณคนดี
งั้นเดี๋ยวกูไปด้วยเชี่ยน่ารักเหมือนกันนะจุกดีดิไปไม่เอาไม่เล่นแบบนี้นี่ครับคาเฟ่มันคาเฟ่เวทมนต์ไล่มนต์ที่หาเจอได้
พอคิดว่าจะไม่ได้มาที่แล้วก็ช่างเหมือนกันเนาะ
ถึงตำนานที่จบแล้วเรายังเป็นเพื่อนกันอยู่ดีสร้างตำนานใหม่ได้
จริงเพราะว่าเราเนี่ยเจอกันทีไรเนี่ยบันไลทุกที
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good times before you actually leave them. At least they had a realization there. It's important to be able to zone out or zoom out of your current situation and see your lot in life.
Capital B, capital O, capital A, capital L. Both. Both?
Both. Capital B, capital O, capital A, capital F. Both.
เฮ้ยเห็นหัวเพื่อนกูเปล่าเล่นเป็นเด็กไม่ได้โตๆแล้วอ่ะที่ว่าโอ้ไม่รู้มันตึบปวดหัวมากเลยอ่ะเป็นอะไรไหมเฮ้ยผมหายแล้วมิส
มิสน่าจะเป็นเพราะกอดของมิสแน่เลย
You know what's amazing? That first part 1, made this seem so like serious, and it was all like the high drama situations. And part 2 is making me realize, oh, that wasn't the feel of the show. That was just all the high drama moments that made it seem like this like epic tale that never got funny or goofy or whatever. And obviously this has been completely disproving that. It's amazing what an edit can make a show look like.
ไว้รู้ใช่ไหมว่าเราคิดไงกับไว้อะ
AKA, have you not been seeing the signs?
ไม่โดนโทษอะไรเลยเหรอ
มึงจะดึงให้พวกกูเครียดอะไรเนี่ยฮะ
Nothing like it, not like the way you move. I can try, but I can't hide it from you. 'Cause I can't.
พวกเราเนี่ยจะไม่ข้ามเส้นนี้ไปเป็นอย่างอื่นเลยค่ะ
What?
To my ass, do the dash, can you make it go fast? Fuck the fame, all I want is them bands. If she keep on mugging, I'ma still her man. He watching my behavior cause he know I'm bad. Pussy put a spell on him, he in a trance.
Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing. Hot night, wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. Yeah, it's hard to look right at your baby. But here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number.
I'm getting massive Austin and Alley vibes of what we just saw. Wow. Okay. Fake out.
He's a genius.
นะคะพี่นูนแล้วก็ อันนี้ชีดมพี่นูนนะคะ
มาให้ทันเวลาเนี่ยนี่ลุงกูอยู่เนี่ย
มาช่วยโง่นิดหน่อย
ไข่โง่
There were signs, is what I'm getting. There were signs.
เธอมาได้ทันเวลาพอดียังเก็บรู้ใจเธอมาได้ตรงเวลาพอดียังเก็บนัดกันไว้
ทำตัวเป็นพระเอกแบบนี้เนี่ยมาถึงชอบอีก
คือกลัว
comeback. Good comeback.
ไว้มีไปไหนเปล่าจะไปกันไหม
เรามีนัดกับวัยรุ่นอ่ะ
งั้นไปเรียนซัมเมอร์ที่นิวซีแลนด์กัน
มีนัดติดกับไอวี่อ่ะ
Oh boy. Yikes. That's gotta feel terrible. Now I gotta hang with Loon. Try it again. Now I gotta hang with Ivy. What? I'm starting to feel like there's nothing here. I love that one comment that's just like, really? We're supposed to believe that nobody was looking at it? So you have to suspend a little disbelief, okay? It's just like everything else. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, clicked on Joong. Whoops. Let's go ahead and throw that some love. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love as well. Here's the link for those in the chat. Boom. There it is. Again, it's kind of interesting to check out, you know, these edits and then actually get like actual parts of the show, because it obviously feels very different. It looks different. It sounds different. I keep forgetting that there's, you know, the sound effects or whatever. And it just changes the whole tone of it, which isn't a bad thing. It just means that what I'm seeing with music and no dialogue and just kind of subtitles, you're not getting the full feel of the show. Like, you're not, you know, sometimes, like, yeah, when they're yelling at each other or when they're crying, yelling, or crying, period, you can obviously catch the tone of that. But if they're just talking normally, usually you don't pick up on like the humor and the lighter aspects of it that make it seem somewhat, I don't mean goofy in a negative way. I mean goofy and like, well, I guess silly. Silly is a better description, where it's more silly than serious. And you don't quite get that unless it's actual dialogue, the sounds of the show, etc. So that kind of let me in a little bit there. Still looks amazing, sounds amazing, and the story is interesting, very interesting. That's, you know, it's probably the highest praise I can give it, knowing that I've never actually seen it myself, but what I've seen, I have enjoyed. So high praise for me. Let's go ahead and check out some Reddit posts. These are just some hot takes from, you know, random people that have probably seen it, of course. And you can certainly feel free to comment your opinion on their opinions. It's kind of the beauty of it, right? Okay, this person said, I'll say right away that I love Phuwin and Dung can support all their works, BL especially, but also solo works. That's great. I'm just a relative newbie in Thai BL, and I'm trying to figure it out. I have a question about Summer Nights. At the very beginning, I was literally flooded with promotion everywhere and from everyone. Now I practically don't come across anything. Is this how the algorithms work, which realized that I'm not interested in this series? Or did they really lower the degree of promotion? For example, Phuwin, who received a lot of negativity for, as they say, more attention to Summer Nights, but not We Are. Well, if they were disliking or, you know, selecting the not interested in option, you're obviously going to see less of it. If you're not liking it and commenting, probably the algorithm that just assumes you're not really into it. or, as the show goes on and the older it gets, obviously they're going to tone down the promotion of it. So I'm assuming that's what it is. This person said once the series aired and end up airing, they nearly stop promoting and go on to the next one coming. There are so many series coming out per week that even they have a hard time keeping up with promotion. That seems like the most real answer. I mean, you're not going to keep promoting something that's already been out. Like, people have seen it. They probably heard about it by then. They maybe got word of mouth, whether they wanted to see it or not. Usually people make a decision pretty quick. When the series is ongoing, you will have less promotions, but still some, of course. The big events, fan meeting, vlogs of the actors will generally happen when the series is entirely released. Also, Phuwin has a lot of work next to that with fashion, music things, interviews, so we might not have that much time to promote everything. Also, right now, GMMTV has a lot of big projects going on, and to be like the heart killer, so I guess they can't just focus on one thing. I love it. Well, it's not really a BL series, so they don't invest much promotion in it. Honestly, Phuwin and Dunk Kiss was the biggest promotion, but this was perhaps understandable. No merch, no fan meets, toxic Delulus. Definitely not deserve to call them fans. Already harassing and hating Parn, Phuwin 2. When the first trailer came out, some people already whining Dunk's previous acting. Although his acting improved so much, etc. So I think they let it go on the promotional part, or the promotional front. And surprise, the series is very high quality and the director definitely knows his job. I love BL series, but this series is slowly becoming one of my favorites this year. Not just because of Dunk and Phuwin's kiss. I love all the characters. Felt the same good vibes when I watched Only Boo, which was also not really promoted, but people loved it because it really touches your heart. For all other series, Case, I think the fans, the cast, the director did the promotional work, and also sometimes it's more than enough to naming the main BL couple. I think after a certain period, they realized you cannot pull more people in than this at this point in time, so they stopped promoting it. Yeah, I mean, it's, what is it called? The point of, dang it, what is that called? Shoot. It's called the point of saturation, when you realize that more than enough people have seen it, probably not going to get anybody else into it, so you pull the production or the promotion because you're just throwing money at nothing at that point. I feel just like movies, you get all those trailers, you get promotion, you get toy deals, all that stuff when it releases, and then eventually it just goes away. So, I mean, that kind of makes the most sense, right? I feel like GMMTV hardly promotes their own series. The fans of the actors mostly do the promotion themselves. Since it's low-key a straight series, most BL stans won't watch it except fans of the actors themselves. That's unfortunate. I don't watch GMMTV hetero queer-baiting series, but if First and Kowtong are involved, I will definitely watch the series, try my best to promote it. We'll promote the Heart Killers everywhere when it starts airing. Interesting. Summer Nights series getting unnecessary hate. We kind of talked about that before with part 1. 2 days back, Summer Night episode 6 aired, and the hate the series and the 2 main leads are getting just seems so uncalled for. People seem fine with the first 2 episodes airing, and then the hate slowly began to grow towards Phuwin. Pond went out of his way to show his support and even asked fans to support the project, but now the hate is just too much, calling it a flop, making Phuwin look like the villain. The worst is probably the hate Parn is receiving. I just don't get it. She's honestly the best choice for the role. Her delivery, portrayal of the character is wonderful. Her acting is on point. Everyone tagging her and blaming her for Phuwin's and the series' downfall is that's crazy. And the part about no chemistry, what do you mean there's no chemistry? The 2 have impeccable chemistry. You can see it increase as each episode airs. The plot is good. The direction and screenplay, also well done. I just feel like people on social media can't bear to see this man romancing a woman and are showing hate towards them and are perfectly well taken series? Well done series? This is probably one of the best straight series GMMTV has made, and it's sad to see people hating on it because they can't stand to see their BL actors romancing women. Delusional minds be thinking he doesn't care for his BL series. He just wants a doll to kiss. What? It's disgusting that I'm quoting comments from... those are comments from Instagram. Yikes. But that's what they're saying. Parn is beautiful, smart, extremely talented. From what I can see from behind in posts by the crew and cast, she's good at what she does. Loved by them. Also seems to have good rapport with both Phuwin and Dunk. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, everything looks pretty good. I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, they're actors doing what they're told to do. That is literally acting. So somebody had to play the role. She obviously won out, or maybe she was a choice of whoever was writing it, and did the best she could. I don't know. Acting seemed fine to me. 2 got a ton of hate during F4 because she was paired with Bright, and Bright Win fans went mental against her. Some fans are unfortunately just entitled evil jerks, is what I'll say. I remember that. I remember fighting with all those fans. My first and worst fan war. Fan war. Oh my gosh. They're still being jerks to Bright, Nini, and Win. It's sad to see women not being able to support other women trying to make it in the professional fields due to parasocial relationships with their faves. That's crazy. It's so good. I'm enjoying it a lot. And the leads have crazy chemistry. People are rotten with jealousy and delusion for them not to be able to see each other or see such a fun series. I mean, okay. At a certain point, it's pretty subjective. Whether the series is good or not, fun or not, that's totally up to whoever, right? But the unnecessary hate towards whoever is just participating in such and has no bearing on their acting or, chemistry or anything like that, like, it's just insane. You can hate the series, totally. You can go, that series didn't really speak to me. I didn't like it. Just is what it is. Like, there's many television series that I've seen where I've turned it off and gone, I kind of don't like that, so I'm not going to watch it. Totally fine, right? That doesn't mean I'm tweeting whoever's acting in it like, how dare you produce this? How dare you release this show I don't like? Like, that would just be a total waste of time. BL fandoms are getting worse because we didn't have this issue a year ago. Does that hold truth? When PondPhuwin had straight roles, there are all these new BL fans who are extremely loud and entitled, and it's in every fandom now. It's like a virus spreading. Well, unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here. The more BL grows and becomes worldwide, the more you open yourself up to bad actors. Like, that is true for literally everything. The more people that are involved, the more bad actors or bad apples, whatever you want to call it, are going to be involved. Like, that is just a fact. Like, the numbers increase, those numbers also increase, unfortunately. So you just got to, deal with the nonsense in whatever way possible. Usually the way to go about it is just ignore it. Completely ignore it, whatever. And if you want to call it out and get into a fan war, I guess that's up to you. But I would urge ignoring, I think that's part of it. Many new fans probably expect them to do tons of fan service, but PondPhuwin are not like that. Personally, I'm really enjoying it. I love the various intertwined relationships, which seem very true to life. Loon's dilemma over the bracelets was priceless, and the budding relationship between Jewel and his wizard is adorable. I will never understand those fans. Is it Nenon type drama again? Sort of. Except these fans wish PondPhuwin break from their regular ship because Phuwin has no respect for Pond or the BL industry and is just doing it for fame, while that what he truly wants to do is more straight series because he's attracted to women. This is their belief and reason to hate on him. Jeez. That is wild. This kind of fan never makes sense, but the level of craziness of these fans when PondPhuwin finished We Are like yesterday is unbelievable. It's not like the ship wasn't doing any series. They did it yesterday. This was 8 months ago, by the way. It's the obsessive PondPhuwin fans who started it. They will never understand that they're actors and just an on-screen couple. How would they grow in their profession if they would just accept or audition for roles that only fit for the ship? This is why South Korea makes different pairings per project and takes years for them to reunite. Most of the time, they don't. They want to avoid this nonsense crap from Delulu fans thinking everyone is a couple in real life. When the actors reunite in the K-drama, it truly becomes a celebration and is seen as an act of support from one actor to another in the case of cameos. I like the concepts of ships in the sense that actors' chemistry with each other improves. Also having the same friend group in multiple series. Well, yeah, I mean, Adam Sandler literally has the same friend group in every movie. He does. Like, he started out with them and he'll end with them, probably. So it's kind of cool to see that. Fans that complain how it's inappropriate for leads in this series have a intimate relation, while at the same time gushing over Plam and what? Intimate moments. Oh, I'm not even going to read that. Oh, gosh. Some of these fans should make an appointment with a therapist. Ranting aside, really enjoyed it. This is a difficult period for actors, but it will end, and a good series will remain. A series that you will not be ashamed of. Everyone who has eyes will see the main thing. Parn is a good actress. She has potential, and I'm sure that she has many good roles ahead. As for the inadequate fans, that's quite a slam. That is a very proper, polite slam. This situation is another confirmation that they do not care about the actors. In fact, they are not invested in their work at all. The main thing is that their favorite ship holds hands and takes selfies every day, looking at each other with loving eyes. Inadequate is a crazy insult. It is. It is. That might be the best insult I think I've heard in a while. It's so like sweet and gentle and also just like, you're inadequate. Love how this is just pure support and reassurance. Really wish Parn gets to see this side of the internet as well. I mean, that is wild to be mentioning her so she sees your hate. Like, I get just blowing off some steam and just not including, the mention. But if you're just actively pointing it in her direction, that's wild. That may be real and messy. They're not even mad because it's splitting up their little pairing. Oh, geez. Here we go. They're mad it ain't them. Babes, you don't have a chance. And if it helps, Pran probably doesn't have one or want one either. It's her job. She's just trying to get her bag, not ruin someone else's. Two ways to handle it. You had the first one with inadequate, and then you have this one, which goes right at it. I don't know if they're jealous, but I mean, maybe some of them. That's funny. For some reason, I'm on the good part of the internet and haven't seen it. Yeah. I'm following the right people, but success or flop doesn't depend on the scandals. If the series is liked by people, it's going to be a hit, like F4 and Enigma, never mind these idiots. But even on my side, where everyone's nice, we just yesterday discussed how nobody is interested in Summer Night after the last few episodes. One of my friends was worried about trending dropping and posted how even Vietnamese fans who were always trending for Dunk suddenly dropped out this week, even though at first everyone was very excited about it. There were a lot of very nice comments. Interesting. Agreeing on the fact that Loon and Star are very hard characters to root for. Nobody just likes them as people and characters. That's why most stopped watching. I'm also on that train. I find the main characters unlikable. I like White, but staying for him also not really an option for me because his romantic storyline is definitely not for me. And to watch for one character is also questionable, to be honest. Really hard to make people watch when the main characters aren't pleasant. Chemistry to each their own. Yep. I think they're very sweet and gave great chemistry, but it's not a romantic chemistry. See, this is like a nuanced, like, opposition to it, like not watching for pretty decent reasons for them. It's not just like crazy hate. Literally shot right after. We Are was shot right after. It was just so unnecessary to hate her as a rookie actress. Yeah, that's wild. That is wild. Part of it, she's partner with PondPhuwin, so she got on fire. What? PondPhuwin currently is like at the peak stage, I would say, because We Are just finished airing and a lot of people are looking forward to the after events with PondPhuwin. Of course, have events, but also like pushing hard to promote Summer Night, which makes the situation worse. I mean, it's not wrong to promote BG series, boy-girl series, but the timing is really bad. It's just right after a BL series, and people see that he treated both series unequally, like trying hard to promote Summer Night, but not We Are. Oh. If that's the case, I guess that would tick some people off. I'm not sure how true this statement is, but I think it's normal because BG are less popular than BL, so promotion is a must. Secondly, why Parn? GMM have lots of actresses joined earlier, have more experience in the industry, maybe not in main lead, but support role. I mean, why not? You say why, I say why not, Parn. What would you do if you and your friend both like the same person? Oh, hello. This would be interesting in the comments. What would you do if you and your friend both like the same person? Would you still pursue that, like what Loon did, and risk the friendship you have? Honestly, my initial thought there, as I witnessed it in the edit, my initial thought was, ugh. Going after the same person. So for me, it comes down to who introduced who to who. So if you, let's say you like some person, and then you introduce your friend to that person, and your friend knows that you like them, they shouldn't go for it. They should not go for it. That's just barbaric, in my opinion. Maybe barbaric's too strong a word, but terrible. It's being a bad friend, basically. Yeah, if you know that your friend is into somebody, you don't go after them. That is being a bad friend. That's my humble opinion. I'm interested in yours. Let me know. Honestly, I don't think Loon actually tried really hard to date Star. He was just being friendly with her, and then Star fell in love with Loon. And then when Star told Loon she likes him, he rejected. He got rejected, I think, because he didn't want to hurt White's feelings. But then later got together with her after she got stuck on the roof. So it's not like Loon was walking around flirting with Star when White also liked her. Star just liked Loon. Somebody said, it's easy to comment from the outside looking in, but if I were in that situation, I'd probably do exactly what Loon did, date them in secret, and hope we don't get caught. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, you cannot trust this person at all. Oh my gosh. No way. Golden is somebody I would not want to be friends with. That's terrible. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I'm going to make the judgment. I'm doing it. That's bad. I guess I'd act like a coward, but my other side says the opposite. Love is too high of a thing. That's not a coward. Come on now. It's being a good friend. It will depend on how deep the friendship is. Well, I mean, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If it's a acquaintance, like a coworker or something like that, then maybe. The secret part makes it 1,000 times worse. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Because then you're just waiting to get caught, right? Because if it's a secret, you know it's wrong. Otherwise, you'd talk about it openly. Right? If you have to keep it a secret, it's wrong. This is why I'm avoiding the series as much as I like the actors. I don't need to be crying on a weeknight. She wears t-shirts. Or she wears... Wait, what is that? She wears short skirts. I wear t-shirts. She's cheerleader. I'm on the bleachers or whatever. Oh my gosh. I bet that's relatable. I bet that is extremely relatable to some folks. I don't know. I'd never do that to a friend. It isn't so much that they both liked her, but that Loon intentionally kept the fact that he likes Star from White, even though he asked him twice. Okay, that's bad. That's real bad. If he asked him twice and he said no, ugh, that's brutal. And then going on a date with her literally a few days after she rejects White. Oh, gosh. If you're a good friend, you go to White and say, hey, I know she rejected you. Are you still into her? You know, should I go for her? Is she like, you know, can I go for her? I would almost ask permission, frankly. Because I wouldn't want to do a friend like that, you know? Even, honestly, even going for somebody that rejected your friend might be weird. Now that I'm thinking about it. Like, this person just rejected and hurt your friend, and now you're pursuing a relationship for, you know, basically doing something that your friend wanted and couldn't get. That almost feels gross to me, too. Like something I wouldn't do. That's like dating your friend's ex. Even though they weren't a thing, technically, she just rejected them. I would put that on par with dating your friend's ex. That's just something, no. That's why I can't watch this show, because I'm already on White's side. Yeah, same. I'm immediately on his side. Then to hide it for him for so long, ditching him to hang out, and just leaving him out in general, like, I don't know, I feel like bro should have just been honest from the jump. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Ditching him to hang out? Oh, geez. To be fair, Loon was never actively pursuing Star in the first place. He just liked her from a distance. She was the one who asked him out, and even then, he initially rejected her because of White. But Loon had a choice there. He could have said, hey, I'm friends with White. I need to talk to him about this first. Like, that would have probably been the better way to handle it, and then bring it up to White. Be like, hey, you like this girl. She rejected you. She asked me out. Do you have a problem with that? Should I, if he has a problem with it, I would probably say no and reject her. That's what being a good friend is. It's talking to him. Communication. Wild concept. You can't help who you fall for. That's true. And it's the first time he's ever put anyone's feelings before his own. I mean, okay. He also tried to tell White twice in the last episode, but White kind of brushed it off. All right, at least he tried to tell him about it, but he should have done it from the jump. So I still agree with the other comment a little bit more. About the ditching White, they seem to have already been hanging out all day writing the comics. It's not like they just got there, but I understand from all perspectives. It's still wrong. Yeah, but like I said, it's not just that he liked her. It's that he dated her behind White's back right after Star rejected him. Yeah, that's brutal. There's no recovery from that. There's none. He knew how much Star meant to White and that those feelings weren't just going to go away immediately. You don't just get over something like that. They reject you. You don't just go, anyway, on to the next. You go, ugh. Usually, talk to your friends about it. And you're not expecting your friend to go behind your back, obviously. Can't help who you like is true, but you can help not hurting your friend. Bingo. Bingo. That is 100%. And they're hanging out with him only to get the comic done and excluding him from the hangouts outside of that. It's just a major betrayal to be lied to and manipulated to think that you aren't being lied to. The whole friend group is at fault besides Jewel. Bro's just being gay. And I know Ivy was just trying to protect Star and White, but it just ends up all feeling like a betrayal. I don't think Star and Loon are wrong for liking each other and wanting to pursue a relationship, but the circumstances and the way they went about it are just kind of diabolical. Agreed. From the edits, it makes them seem like White was really the first friend to genuinely care about him, so that's just unacceptable to me. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Because I think, wasn't it White who was saying, like, I just feel alone, pushed out, whatever? Like, clearly he was feeling some effects of that. It was making him feel even worse. Yeah, but like I said, it's not just that he liked her, it's that he dated her behind White's back right after Star rejected him. He knew how much Star meant to White and that those feelings weren't just going to go away. Yeah, that was it. Okay, this person responded to that saying, I know he did date her, but I'm saying he wasn't actively pursuing her at first. Probably wasn't going to make a move until Star made one to him first. He even rejected her because of it. That doesn't matter if he was actively or not. The fact that he did it behind his quote-unquote friend's back is the issue. That's the issue. Can't help who you like is true. This person responded, to be honest, I think White was going to be hurt regardless, whether they told him earlier or now. I mean, they only looked to be focused on the comic anyway and didn't have any other plans made. They don't have to hang out all the time. I think something tells me this person has been on the other end. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, he was going to be hurt when his friend found out his friend was being pursued by the person that rejected him. I mean, that's going to sting bad. That's going to sting bad. But what might have helped is his friend going, hey, this person's interested in me that just rejected you. What do you think about it? And if White was just like, no, do you, go ahead, then there's no issue there. He's still going to hurt, obviously, but it would have given him the option to have some sort of say towards his friend. And his friend, if he was a good friend, would have taken that word as his word, right? If he said, no, I'm not okay with it, you got a choice to make. Either you're going to be a good friend or you're going to pursue something else and potentially lose your friend. Just off the rip, my mentality and head is saying, don't screw over your friend. Period. Just, I kind of had this situation once. My college roommate was dating this girl, and she broke up with him after, a month or two. And she started coming on to me, pursuing me, and I was just like, look, you're with my friend. I'm not going to do him like that. It's a no. It's a no for me. So I literally had this situation. I was that friend that was pursued. Now, my friend wasn't rejected. They were together, so it's a little different. But I was just like, no, I'm not going to be a good friend and do that. Like, that, number one, it's kind of weird to me. And number two, no. So I guess I kind of had that situation a little bit. But I think White and the group will each have a conversation. We'll understand why they decided to keep it a secret. He's just angry right now. They should have had it from the jump. Of course, it feels like a betrayal. I didn't even have to ask. That's the sign of a true friend right there. If you don't even ask, you don't even bring it up to him. You just go, nope. Just cut it off. Of course, it feels like betrayal to White in context. He has a right to be upset, but they all had their reasons. Meh. Sort of predicament is one of the reasons why I really dislike friends to lovers. In my opinion, if I were in this situation, I wouldn't feel comfortable pursuing the same person my friend is into. Absolutely. But I would ask my friend to do the same, and if they didn't, I would unfortunately break the friendship, as commitment needs to come from both sides. Bingo. Yes. Let's see. Dunk and Summer Night Appreciation Post. How is he so gorgeous, like my eyes are drawn to him whenever he is in a scene. Also, he improved so much. I'm so proud of him. Well, there you go. Phuwin looks so small at the pool. He's a little baby. He's a little baby with a little swim shirt. So happy to hear somebody... That's funny. So happy to hear so many people finally appreciating Dunk and how much he improved. Nothing wrong with constructive feedback, but some people have crossed the line. I see his improvement. Dunk 2.0 in his hot boy era. Unreal how stupidly gorgeous he is. Lots of thirst posts here. Agreed on both counts. Apparently it's Dunk's life mission to assassinate me one episode at a time. That's funny. Wait till the Heart Killers. I'm going to give you company. I faint wait to see him in the Heart Killers. Good Lord. All right. This is the episode 10 finale, little discussion on it. Overall, this was a good series. The first half was superb. It was fast-paced, and we got to learn more about each character. It did get quite messy in the middle when the conflicts came in, but it ended quite nicely, although it was choppy. Could have been better, but I'm actually satisfied with the ending. Nice. Would have liked it better if episode 7 to 8 conflict was the White Loon fallout and reconciliation, while the episode 9 conflict was Star's mother. Ending made me realize it has a similar theme to My Precious. Both revolve around a group of high school friends and their time in high school, growing up, finding love, getting rejected. Acting was definitely the strongest part of the series. Nice. Parn was definitely a revelation and a star in the making. They probably saw that. That's why they chose her. The highlight for me is definitely Ryu and Java. This was cute. Episodes up to episode 7 were superb, but my interest fizzled out towards afterwards. Resolving everything with Sarah just to have a last big loss to vanquish in Star's mom was too much for the last episode. Although I like Loon's dad, I'm side-eyeing him for helping the game to dupe Star's mom. Wonderful series. So many lovely character beats and surprising moments of humor. Performances across the board were pretty fabulous. If I had the story nitpick, it would be that I wish the situation with Star's mother was established earlier. We meet her at the very beginning and get hints about the mother-daughter relationship, but we never learn more until this episode, the finale. Specifics of the pressure Star is under in all aspects of her life, particularly her relationship with Loon, would have been clearer, and the big argument breakup last episode might have landed better. Interesting. Lovely little show. Scrap art scene was pure gold. White Ivy platonic yet open ending. Star's mom and Loon's dad are shippable. 10 episodes is actually a good length. Many shows would feel less draggy if it was cut from 12 to 10. Oh, it was number 2 on the top 10 for Vayu. Nice. That's good. When will people stop hate watching Never Enough so we'll leave the top spot? Interesting. Star sure got a happy ending. I wish she'd gotten resolution with her mom instead of getting Loon apologizing and letting her control his friendships. Also, the hetero propaganda was weird. Loon can't be friends with girls anymore except when mediated by Star? That's interesting. Damn, it's really over. It's been a great 10 weeks. I love Loon's dad so much. Loonstar Endgame. Why didn't Ivy staying as friends made sense, and I liked the ending for them. They grew closer. Fantastic show. All amazing actors did great. Bit disappointed. The beginning seemed so promising and I had great expectations. In the end, it was still a cute little show, but much more could have been done, I guess, regarding the issues addressed, how to resolve everything. That is kind of the difficult part with shows. Is sometimes they just don't end quite how you want them to, or, you know, how you think they should go. That is unfortunately a fact. That, you know, unless you're on the writing team, you have no input, basically. But, I don't know. From the edits we've seen, they seem to be pretty great. Pretty good. I think it got a fairly high rating on MDL, if I'm not mistaken, which, you know, that site typically, you know, it can definitely suffer from review bombing and all that stuff. Or what's the opposite for review bombing? You know, just people just giving perfect 10s because they like the people in it. Same can go either way, but got a pretty decently high rating, which is pretty good for that website. I think Dunk's acting was good overall. I like the will they, won't they, you know, maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe they were just better off as friends. I like that ending. I think it's interesting. You know, very often we get the ending that's, you know, quote unquote Disney, where they lived happily ever after, where they just got together and made it work. So it's nice to sometimes see when it doesn't work out, or, you know, one realizes they're not interested enough or whatever. Or maybe they're better off as friends. Like it happens. It's good that it's represented. Not everything has to be, you know, fairy tale, but overall seems like a pretty decent show for sure. I'm not surprised. It got a lot of people watching. I mean, number 2 on the top 10, but also it got such a visceral reaction from some folks, which hopefully, I don't think it was the majority. I really don't. So that's good at least. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed those. I know I did. It's Monday, folks. We got a week ahead of us, but next stream will be on Friday. So just a couple days and we'll get there. If you'd like to request your own videos and guide the stream, you certainly can do so. ToddReacts.com. Join the Discord, become part of the conversation. Maybe you'll meet some friends in there as well. That has happened. I think there's around 230 members. So if you're into the comments at all and you've had interesting conversations, or at least some back and forth, I think you'll enjoy the Discord quite a lot. Quite a lot. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way it tells the algorithm, hey, I like this. I want more of this. And follow the Twitch channel if you'd want to watch live, and join us in the chat. As you can see, most of the people in the chat are in the Discord, so they'll be happy to welcome you as well. Check out the winter collection of merch, leaving in just over 12 days. And then we have the summer collection. And last but certainly not least right now, there is a sweepstakes going on. Literally all you have to do is follow the directions. It's like 4 steps. Send an email, tell me what item, and you're entered. That's it. So you have a chance to win a free item for the upcoming summer collection, free shipping too. So it's literally just check out and then it shows up at your door. Ships worldwide, open to everybody, 1 entry per person, all that good stuff. There's a bunch of text at the bottom that you can quickly breeze through, but chances are you're qualified to enter. It should be fascinating. And if you want to check out the summer collection of merch, you can certainly do so. Let me pull that up real quick. There you go. Boom. Summer collection of merch is currently available to browse as part of the sweepstakes. So if you want to check it out, look into closer detail, you're certainly welcome to. And the store launches the summer collection launches June 1st. So it's coming up. Definitely coming up. And I hope you check it out. I hope you enter, and good luck. We will be doing a live stream drawing of the winner June 2nd. So get those in quick, and we will do that on June 2nd on YouTube and Twitch. So join us there. It's been a while for YouTube. I'm coming back. And then we'll continue on, obviously, the reaction stream on Twitch at a later time. But just one more route, or one more go of the promotion for it. Here it is.
Memories we made under the summer sun, chasing after waves, the taste of berries on my tongue.
All right, enter today. I will see you all on Friday. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your week. Whether you're enjoying summer vacation, holiday right now, kudos to you. I am jealous. I am extremely jealous. But if you're working, I hope it's a good work week. And everything in between. I will see you on Friday. Take care of yourselves as we journey around your fandoms one video at a time.